Welcome to Sad Boyz, a podcast about feelings and other things. Also, I'm Jarvis.
I'm Jordan.
And Eddie's here.
I didn't know if I should announce myself.
You could, hey.
What would you say?
I'm Eddie.
Eddie's here.
Hi.
Maybe do a, hey, career, background, height, strength, UFC weight class, and vibes. Go ahead.
I kept track of all those things.
Right. Don't even list them because I just know that you know them.
UFC weight class.
Big, strong.
Big and strong.
Yeah.
But just put big and strong for all of it.
Big and
That's
strong.
true, yeah. That's why you can't fight anyone because you're above heavyweight.
Yeah.
John Jones is shaking.
Dude, there's some of that usually, we don't have it with us, but where you're a guest on something and they're like, and go for it. What do you do? And it's like, I don't know what to say about myself. That's
He's a comedian, a podcaster, host of the,
It is shorthand for so
that
I
show
don't know
online.
who you are.
Yeah.
I heard something about you. You said something about a burger.
It's those moments where they're like, just tell us about yourself. It's like, I don't have anything.
You own Rainforest Cafe.
It's kind of a tell that they didn't prepare.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If they're throwing it to you to introduce yourself, because who wants to do that ever?
Right.
Tom Cruise goes, yeah, I'm an actor. Make movies.
I broke my foot that time. Remember? Held onto a plane.
Do
or
all my own
something.
stunts.
And I don't have a personal life and nothing happens.
And I am not religious at all.
I won't sit down for the episode.
I'll jump on the couch.
Aliens? What, like the movie?
Oh, come on. Would I be that?
never
Great.
heard of
I'm
a volcano.
Zebulon, right? Of course. Laughing as his antennae are revealed.
This is our the thing that we do where we have a guest on, but it's just a friend, so we don't have to interview you about your life.
Yeah, I'm just here.
So Eddie just showed up. He showed up to the wrong place at first, and then he was like, "I don't know how to get home." And he was like, "Well, you can come in. You can come on the podcast."
Yeah. I usually bang anytime an episode is happening here. I'm banging on the glass trying to get in.
Yeah, and Jacob
Finally,
does
they
a
let
really
me in.
good job of cutting it out in post.
Yeah, I know. I make it really hard too because I use different items other than my fist. I'll use like a rock or something.
Yeah.
Sure, they do not look good. Those
Yeah.
windows, I'll tell you
like
that
a 14th century cast iron sword.
The glass looks like when you have someone who had a dog in their car and they scratched it all up.
Right.
Sure, yeah. But
Yeah.
In our defense, we're playing your favorite music in there. We've got the air conditioning on. We make sure not in any kind of danger.
I've been
Yeah,
out
we
in
put
the
up a sign that goes, "We'll be right back." Eddie's fine.
That shit bothers me so much. I'm like, okay, well, maybe logistically, the dog's not in literal danger. But you need to bring the dog with you.
Yeah.
Do you need, when you go to Coles, do you need the dog with you, in the car?
Right.
Could maybe, if you're also walking the dog, maybe do that and go
He
home
likes
again.
it. When I come back, he's panting like crazy.
I'm teaching him to drive.
The only times that's come up is when you have to stop for some reason. Or an emergency or something. Yeah, I can't. There's been very, very few times that I've had my dog with me where I've needed to go do something, but it's usually on the way back from the park or something where he's asleep, and I have the dog mode where I can turn on the AC, and so it shows what the temperature is inside the car to any curious onlookers.
Anyone curious? Does it do that? It shows up to.
Yeah, it says
people?
it's 65 degrees in here. The AC's on. We're chilling.
Address.
If lost.
How's it going, Eddie? What the hell have you been up to? I mean, again, that's we aren't friends. We don't keep up or whatever. But
What have I been up to?
Eddie, you just dropped a video on YouTube. The world will never be the same. You took down Apple.
Yeah.
Wake
Apple
up, babe.
stock, yeah. Apple stock. Steve Jobs died again after my video came
Jesus.
out.
Oh, shit.
You got him?
Wait, real quick. Did you see that happened with an MKBHD review?
That what happened?
Steve Jobs died again.
No. Three times deep now.
No. So there's this company called Fisker, and they make
He reviewed their car terribly, right? Or not?
Yeah.
The review wasn't terrible, but he said the car was shit.
Basically, he was like, "This car isn't ready for prime time." Essentially, they were they hit him up and they were like, "We have an over-the-air update coming in a few weeks. Can you please hold off your review until then?" And he's like, "It's not my policy to wait for you to be in your best light before I review it.
Also, that's not how a review works.
Because it's on the market right now. Someone can buy it, and this is the experience they're going to get.
We just watched the review. I don't like this. I don't like this.
And then their stock tanked like 40%.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was like and then their investor call or whatever, they like had to talk about his like YouTube video. It was crazy. And then obviously like it's not his fault.
Right.
They have to talk about Marquez like he's the Punisher.
Yeah.
Hey, boss, we lost another business.
Yeah, I don't have Marquez's impact on not only, I mean, I don't think he could probably do it to Apple, but also I had somebody, the comments and everything have been great. I usually try not to look, and after if something goes out, it's just like I have my own personality with it. If people like it, then I'll be like, good, and then I don't look. But I did see one comment that was like, this is the least informative tech review I've ever seen. It's like, it's because I'm not a reviewer. That's not actually a review. I tricked you.
That's the guy who used to comment on my old YouTube videos. I liked the tech information. Can you please get rid of the jokes? Like that was a real person who was like, I just don't like the comedy. Can you remove it so that I can get the information better?
Any Redditor that is scrolling the internet and sees a video on Reddit, like they access YouTube through Reddit,
right?
They're like, this video needs to be 30 seconds long. There should be no entertainment value.
Utility.
It should basically be like 3 images that flash and then print the information on my brain.
I need it to go into my brain so intensely and quickly that I forget math. I need it to hit me.
Yes.
I need my hair to be blown back.
Now, Eddie, do what you do and tell us about the video.
I don't know if I like this.
No,
go ahead.
I was trying to do the lazy podcaster thing and like describe whatever the fuck your video is.
No, dude, local news story about a stand-up comedian that's come back to his hometown. Why don't you tell us a couple little jokes?
Oh yeah, you do stand up. So you paid $3,500 for the Vision Pro.
Yeah. And I didn't, by the way, I didn't get to return it. The video took me over a month and the window was like 2 weeks.
Damn.
One of the things that somebody was like, God, I hope you made the return window. I did not. But yeah, sorry, you were saying?
No, I just wanted to say that it's a good video. It's a good, like, you talk about your experience in it. You talk about our place in society with technology and what these companies are trying to do. Also, we're talking about it when you were producing the video and you worked really hard on it, and I'm proud of you. So if anybody wants to go over to Eddie's channel and watch the video.
Wait till this episode's done.
Wait, no, don't go.
The engagement does affect the income, so let's
please, stop.
Don't expect a tech review. It's like it's called Apple's $3,500 nightmare, but it's not like really a takedown of really the product. But
which would be an insane title for like a regular review.
Yeah, it would be like really
doesn't read
hyperbolic.
like
It's like the nightmare bit isn't just because the product is bad; it's because of the whole thing in
It's
general.
like the dystopian outlook.
Yeah, when I was talking about it with Jarvis, because I think we went out like, which that was also the day that you weren't around, Jordan. That Friday. What was it like? Maybe a week before I put the video up.
Yeah,
and it was something that like specifically the again, it's like not exactly about the product, but it's about the idea of a wearable AR technology.
Yeah,
and the fact that like basically the relationship of like humans with reality, basically, and the fact that like if you ingrain technology physically into somebody's vision, it will change the way your brain works.
Yeah.
And so it's like, like I saw that product and before I was like, I have to make a video because it might be kind of cool. Which every bit of technology that anything that fucks us over, there's like one kind of cool thing. So,
for sure.
So people are like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is fun to see a piece of technology where like the general consensus that always comes out when really there's any kind of, I hate the term, but like industry leading motion in a particular technology. It's always interesting to see the fatalist, this is ChatGPT is the first stage in the singularity. Yeah. And I always feel like a lot of us have to be skeptical about that and push back and say AI has been a part of your life for decades. You just didn't know. Yeah.
Also, my question is the problems that we're currently facing are not, that doesn't fix any of them. Mm-mm. And so I'm like, the aspects that they're trying to improve, I already like those aspects of my life.
Right.
Like I can pull up a recipe just fine. I don't need it floating next to the pan.
That's exactly right. That is like the thesis kind of, not to spoil anything about your video, is that it is, some of those theories would be valid in this case.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah.
like weird embellishment on life, a
The-
devaluing of reality.
The one
Like
thing
it's
I'll say
not
too-
enhanced.
Yeah, so the last thing I guess I'll say on it as well is like because I want us to move on to other stuff is like I don't want to talk about my own shit too much.
We made you so.
But it was like you're like, oh, we're cutting this all out.
Doing a couple little jokes, pal.
But I think like I kind of went into being a little bit more like vulnerable and honest with the way I am trying to not just. I guess like really express things not just through comedy all the time with which I will always do, but like all of the time with my Sphere video. And then with this one, it's weird because like the intention, sorry, it's not, I guess, a spoiler. At the end of the video, you're not going to feel great, I'd assume. But it's weird to have an intention to be like, I think the only thing that I wanted to add to this conversation was like I wanted people to leave the video with the like feeling that making it and the inspiration to make it gave me.
Right.
And it's very weird because I had to put it up on a Friday night just because of like sponsor stuff. And it's very weird to be like, okay, I'm finally done. This kind of tortured me for months. This is such a big project that I worked on. I'm going to go grab a drink. And all the comments are like, hey, I'm high and it's a Friday night and I'm like having a panic attack. And other than the panic attack ones, people are like that who were like, wow, this made me feel awful. I'm like, yes, I got him.
You're welcome.
Mainly, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say for like, obviously this a $3,500 piece of technology is not meant for the everyman at this
Right.
current stage, and it's I think it's important to have critiques at this because no one's ever gonna stop like $1 trillion company from like doing whatever they want to do,
Right.
and so I think that this is a great time to kind of put the idea in front of the consumer so that we can have the tools. Like, it's like, I worked in tech for all these years, so it's like, I'm already tech cynical, but
Right,
like,
right.
if you, to the average consumer, it's like very helpful to like think about these things or what
Yeah.
the goals of companies are when they're putting these products out.
It's okay to have like I think a lot of people are resistant to criticizing companies because they maybe don't want to identify as anti-capitalists or imbue that
Yeah.
instinct with some kind of political viewpoint, which, personally I'm fine doing that. But some people don't want to give it too much weight because it scares them and they don't want to feel bad about being a landlord or whatever. But it's okay that your dad worked in insurance and this technology makes you feel a little eerie because it's a little eerie. It has weird
Yeah.
implications. It's like, well, reality is in 1080p. Don't you want to be 1440? I'm like, my reality is in 1080p. Oh,
And like
Jesus.
the one case I'd say with that, like that I wanted to put out, I guess, for our time currently, I feel like it's really easy when you're at a certain point with technology to look back and just like assume everyone adopted it rather than it being kind of like
Yeah.
forced on people.
Right.
Like cars in America, possibly
Yeah,
the fact
yeah.
that we don't have walkable cities anymore, and LA specifically, where maybe the public transit industry was invested into by car companies and then destroyed in Los Angeles.
Maybe the Revolutionary War kind of fucked you guys over, huh? Ever been to London, pal?
Yeah,
My
we don't
hope
have the
is
tube.
like I guess the last thing I'll say is that like I was getting really worried about young people growing up. Already, I mean, there's people, we grew up where there was a time where social media, we watched it happen. But if you're just a few years after us, these are just like regular pillars of your life. Like even the fact I'm working on a video with Tony where we're researching like how some like Hollywood stuff developed with like renting movies. Even the concept of going to the movie theater and then not accessing a movie a few months later and having to wait for it to rescreen in like 10 years it doesn't feel real to me. It feels foreign.
Yeah, the value proposition being literally, don't miss this.
Right. And so like if you are especially younger than us, it's like part of the video and the feeling of it is like I want those people to know it's not fair that you have to turn yourself into a public product for people at the age of 9 when you make an Instagram account.
Yeah.
It's not normal at all. And the reason for it is literally just because Mark Zuckerberg is like, I have all these employees. We have a stock price.
Yeah,
And
we're beholden
keep
to
going.
these investors and it has to keep going.
Yes. And because of
And
those-
everyone wants to make 100x their investment.
Right. And because of those pressures of the system that is built, especially like young girls are now looking at their body in a way they have in the past, but never have to this heightened detail. And then they have to present it to the world as children. And it's like
you have to verify the insecurities everyone has naturally, and then kind of entertain them for the rest of your life.
Right. And obviously, like, other things about the world were worse before. I'm not saying it's only getting worse, but like that aspect of your life, if you're young, is a recent creation that wasn't even intended to harm you like this, but like, it's good that you should know that it's just so another rich person at the end of the year can look at their portfolio and be like, God damn, I did a good job.
Yeah, it's the profit motive.
Yeah.
And like that has side effects. You don't just keep getting to like in order to make that money, you have to squeeze something out of somewhere. And it's like squeeze the attention out of people.
It does feel like having observed that in a minor way. I remember I was actively pushing my friends to get Facebook because they were still using a MySpace or a Bebo or whatever. I'm like, get with the times. I want to poke you, dude.
Yeah.
And that push, in retrospect, what was my motivation? It was the sensation that I was ahead. I was winning the curve.
Right.
And I feel like ever since then, there's been a lot of reverse propaganda almost to say, oh, hey, old man, you really think it's... when you criticize the fact that everybody's just thinking about the follower count, okay, dude, Philistine back in the times. But it is weird. It is a little bit peculiar that even like myself, I'm trying to present myself as, what do I care? I'm a straightforward kind of normal guy. I care.
Right.
I'm into it. I remember what it was like before, but I am somewhat invested in hitting social milestones, even if I'm not posting. And that, if you grew up with that and you don't even you don't have any cynicism about it, and you have a friend with 100 more followers than you, and you have, I don't know, you have 200 followers, your friend has 300, you're both in high school.
Right.
How could you not metabolize that as failure on your part?
Exactly. And that's why even with like video stuff now, I was like, we have all reached at least to a level, like, by the way, when YouTubers get an ego about their following or anyone on the internet, there are a billion people with a lot of followers online right now. It's like, you are not special.
Shame is important.
Yeah. But like, once you get whatever that is, it's like truly nothing changes. And in fact, when it gets to a level of like, say you have 1 million after your name, you're like, oh, it's actually really gross if anyone sees me differently. And I don't blame them because it's the systems, but it's like, it's something that, you want to put, I guess, back into like, I'm sure, you guys have definitely talked about this before on the podcast, but like, you want to put out there in the world and be like, if you're young, these pressures are real on you, but I promise you it will not make you happy. None of that will. And
it's not for the easy reasons of it being a group that you already hated, maybe.
And I got bad news. Going for a walk is going to do 1 billion more things for you than that. Going for a walk and sniffing a flower is truly the time-tested way to feel better as a human being. It's the way to do it. Connection with your community.
I don't know. I've got this dopamine cube here, and it does amazing things for me.
We're actually doing war.
The final truly thing I'll say is I saw somebody was like, hey, I loved your video about the Vision Pro. I do think there are some positives, like, for example, this meditation app that gives you cool visuals. And it's like, may I suggest just meditating with no distraction? Like, you don't need this.
I don't want to gatekeep stuff. I don't even meditate, but that sounds like it's not meditation. I'm sure that you can do meditation and you don't have to have your eyes closed, but it's stimulation, right?
But anyway, there's always going to be positives. It's just, I think you don't want to just look at any of the positives as like a panacea to validate something. It's not invalid to criticize something, even if it has upside.
Yeah.
And
that's why it's like, I don't want to be super pessimistic about everything, but occasionally you want to make a piece that's a little pessimistic about the things you don't like. And I like the imagination that somebody starts maybe like binging my videos for the first time, maybe at like 5 p.m. and then like So it's like fucking the road trip videos, and then it gets dark, and they're just illuminated by their laptop light after this new video.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
What do I do now?
I was here to see you go to a bunch of fucking restaurants.
Dude, I thought you were gonna I thought you just were gonna go to every Apple campus in the world.
What happened to the knees thing? They started really early.
Yeah. Why's this guy got a mustache?
I don't understand.
I got to reverse it by doing another road trip video called "Desperate YouTuber Milks the Cow Till the Udders Spit Dust."
Yeah, it's you. It's the thumbnail is all of the comments saying to do another road trip video.
Yeah.
And then you weeping and saying, okay, I'm sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
It's a screenshot of your comment analytics for that video.
So I know the perfect thing to move us on to the next topic, and it's to watch this video that people keep sending me called Jarvis Johnson Lifestyle Girlfriend Biography Ingneer Height, Weight, Hobbies, Facts, Net Worth.
It's one of the websites that like. Wait. Oh, it's a
video. I don't know. I haven't watched it.
Let me see that Thumbo.
The Thumbo is like.
Is that the merch?
Just photographs of me. Yeah, it's like.
Are you guys call them thumbnails Thumbos? I've never heard.
Sometimes.
I've never heard. I like it.
Yeah,
but I've never heard it.
Let's observe the IP of the creator. If you use it, you have to do a commentary on it to make sure that it's fair use.
Do you remember? I'm sure this is something similar too. There was a YouTube channel. It wasn't just focused on me, but I found during the summer when I was on the last road trip that just like would make these fake with an image of me and a celebrity, just like a bunch of videos that said like we had beef. I think it happened to you too.
Yeah,
Danny
it's like
as
this
well.
this person versus this person.
Yeah, where they'd be like YouTuber Eddie Burback is beefing with Nicole Kidman. I'd be like, I don't have shit against Nicole Kidman.
I was like, back in my day, someone would animate a cartoon that had beef with me, and they'd make it sound like I was really into breast milk.
Whoa, come on now.
Fancy TV.
How did they know? Dude, that's got to feel good. Good views relative to the others. That's got to feel
Hey, let's go.
That's not. Oh, that is you in the third image.
You had way more than Bryce Hall's.
Way more than Bryce Hall.
Can I just say, maybe the views come from the 1/3 of my face that is featured in the corner of that
Oh,
image.
yeah.
Jacob, can we humble him real quick? Can you click on popular instead of latest?
Yeah, humble me. Brett Rivera.
Brett Rivera's got you destroyed.
And Lexi
right now.
Rivera.
That's the thing. He always gets the last laugh.
And
we
you
can
know
criticize
what?
Brett Rivera, but he always gets the last laugh.
And you know how he even got the even laster laugh is if you go back to the most recent videos, the thumbnail is of me with Britt Rivera's ex.
Oh, duh.
Can I make a tiny detour really quick? Something hilarious that
Yes,
happened.
please.
I will only talk about it on here. Rather, I didn't want to post about it. It was months ago. It's hilarious.
Okay.
Fucking Brent did going to every Gordon Ramsay video, Ramsay's restaurant video.
Whoa.
It's an ad for them, by the way. Which,
As officially sponsored.
yeah, which can I say again? Like, I'm not encouraging you to give these corporations money. Like, I didn't like it, but he did that. And he originally copied my thumbnail exactly.
It's a Brett Rivera special.
And the description had credit for the idea to me, even though technically it's Ted's idea, and then we both did it. But then he changed the thumbnail and removed me from the description.
Right.
Oh, hell yeah.
I have a theory that it was like an editor that did it, and then he was like, "Don't fucking."
A modicum of honor.
Yeah.
He has a history of just ripping thumbnails.
Oh yeah. Didn't Danny make a whole video on him copying stuff?
Probably.
They have beef.
I just censored myself and said stuff instead of shit. What the
We appreciate it.
fuck happened?
Can you calm down?
Sorry.
I definitely don't want to watch this video, but I am going to assume it's narrated by an AI.
Wait, well, yeah, we can't watch a little bit. We can
watch a little bit. I want to watch a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's 4 minutes long.
Oh, cool.
Fancy
Sorry, it's
TV.
called Fancy TV.
This video is made for entertainment. It looks like they stole.
That looks stolen. Oh, how'd they do that?
Biography.
Transitions are beautiful.
Birth
Whoa.
name Jarvis Allen Johnson,
What is it?
also known as Jarvis Johnson.
He just took out the middle name.
Thanks for that.
Date
AKA.
of birth 5 May 1992.
Okay.
This is directions to hack your accounts.
Present age 32 years old as of
that's-
2024.
He did the math wrong. I don't know how he did that.
Birthplace Gainesville, Florida, United
the whole
States.
thing?
Mother's maiden name.
Is it slides? Just
Oh,
the
that's a
whole
nice picture. Is that
Yeah.
from Dynasty?
Cassius.
Nationality
Yeah.
American.
thing? What?
That's
Zodiac sign Taurus.
Respect.
Is that true?
yeah.
Religion, Christianity.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay.
That's cool. Congrats, man. You've
yeah.
been saved.
Ethnicity, mixed.
Okay, yeah.
Opinions, racist.
Height,
Oh, me and
6
Zara.
feet.
No,
6'1",
come on.
but thank you.
Weight, 65 kilograms.
What is that?
Yeah, wait. How did he guess weight? Body type average.
What does that mean?
Thank you.
Fuck, dude, that's so fucked
I
up.
don't know the spectrum.
What the hell?
65 kilograms is 143 pounds.
6 foot and 140.
I would be a stick.
And body type average.
Body type average.
Body type, average. Eye color, black natural.
Black natural.
Your eyes are brown.
They're brown.
They're brown.
In that photo there, bro. Nope.
Just a
Oh,
picture.
just a slide, just a nice photo.
Hey, it's me, Russell.
East Side High School.
All right, this
I was at Russell's
This
wedding.
is a bit weird. Don't say where you went to school.
University, Georgia Institute
They're
of
just
Technology.
reading my Wikipedia article.
Also, Russell was on bacon.
Qualification, Bachelor of Science, high honor
Jordan, have
degree
either of us
in
appeared in any of these photos?
Have I?
Were you in one of these?
It's a weird selection.
don't think we need to
It's
talk about that.
What's crazy is that they have that I got high honors on my
Is that
degree,
true?
which is true.
Whoa!
That's kind of random.
You go to weigh yourself and you're like 143 or whatever the hell.
It's in kilograms for some reason.
You know, average being a skeleton. What is? I'm excited to get to hobbies.
Another picture.
marital status,
Mayuko's
unmarried.
wedding.
That's so funny to have a photo of you at a wedding.
It was Patreon where Johnson
This is the
followed
hobbies part.
He neatly posted software engineering videos before he began posting as a commentary YouTuber after
You notice
watching
it's going
a
back in
video
time.
from Drew Gordon
just like it's
attempting
slowly-
to
This is
write
more or less
Golden's
true.
format. He quit his job at Patreon to post regularly on his channel.
Okay.
In August 2018, traffic to Johnson's channel increased after fellow YouTuber Cody co-uploaded a
this must be
video
an article,
about
right?
five
What, like you got an
blogs.
algorithm bump from Cody Co?
He had
We don't know
already
for sure,
spoken
but,
about it.
like-
But they put that in your life story is that
Yeah.
Cody Co gave you an algorithm bump one time
Is
in
there-
2018?
Is there a chance this is from like an
Interview
or something?
yeah,
Because it's
because
very-
like Cody made a video about 5-minute crafts like 6 months after I did, and so I changed the title of
March.
mine. But the only thing I really changed was that Cody's video is called 5 Men Crafts, and my video is called The Worst Life Hacks I've Ever Seen.
Okay.
and then I changed my title to 5-Minute Crafts is the worst channel on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
That's what
and
I-
then did it change the video like completely? Did it
The
like,
video got like it had 15,000 views and it got 2 million views.
Oh,
over
okay.
a
So
weekend.
that doesn't matter. Okay.
But it's like it matters because it was like my huge like come up moment, but it's still unclear to me whether or not it was related to Cody Co or not. But my whole thought process was like I was at the wedding that they showed me at, and I saw Cody Co post that video, and so I was like, oh,
You're unmarried.
I
right?
didn't think of using the name of the channel. Now that a big YouTuber has talked about it, people probably know the name of the channel. So let me change my title because I was already experimenting, with titles and thumbnails.
It is extremely funny to show a photo of you with a bride and then say unmarried.
Yeah, that is funny.
Because that
calling me
implies you were
out.
divorced.
They also
marital
they-
status, not her.
Unmarried.
Also, this frame looks like it's from a true crime documentary
Yeah.
where you got killed.
I die. Yeah, that's a black and white photo.
They're like he
Yeah.
was just such a light to be around.
Yeah,
Like,
65 kilograms, 6 feet.
always
black-
laughing.
Always laughing.
Unmarried.
The unmarried killer. Black eyes like a doll's eyes.
Where does it go from here? Now
Putting
I'm
out an
curious.
APB,
Then we get
65
into
kilograms.
hobbies.
Oh, we get into
Oh,
hobbies.
good. Wait, guess.
Wait, there's multiple hobbies?
Yeah, I Rubik's Cube maybe a little mention of
Skateboarding.
Rubik's Cube, skateboarding.
If it doesn't mention Pokemon, I'm
Oh,
gonna,
Pokemon, yeah.
Let's start the hobbies.
Oh, this gets his own section.
Oh, he likes
YouTube?
to stand outside.
What if it's you two?
He liked taking selfies.
Photo of you with a basketball. This is like.
What's so funny about that is the photo where he says, "I like taking selfies."
You were doing it, right? Or?
I was taking a selfie on a toilet for like a bit in a video.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like
Likes
in
the
a
toilet?
bathroom.
But this is like, even to use a photo like that.
Yeah.
This is edited. This is intentionally edited.
Yeah,
This is-
yeah,
They didn't
true.
just feed photos into this. Like,
This is yeah.
Hobbies.
I've got a
Shitting.
guardian angel out there somewhere, I guess.
selfies, like playing basketball,
Okay.
like boxing,
Yeah.
like listening to music, like
Okay.
singing songs,
I do.
like dancing.
Okay.
He is animals lover.
Is what? Sorry?
Animal lover?
Whoa!
Let's start the social media
Oh,
facts.
no.
SoCal Media.
I don't want this. That's my face I'm making right now.
He is quite famous on TikTok.
On TikTok? I don't
58K
post
followers
TikTok.
on
Also, the-
TikTok.
The screenshot there is
He is
58K.
also
It's
famous
not
on
like TikTok
Instagram.
is like.
the
246K
platform
followers on
posts on
You
Instagram.
sneeze on TikTok, you get 58K.
Yeah.
He is very famous on YouTube. 2.7 million subscribers on YouTube.
07, so okay, that number's wrong.
Matter of time.
Net worth, according to Google, $2 million approx.
Zero.
Thank you
Zero.
for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed my
I
video.
did enjoy it.
Don't forget to subscribe my channel.
Hey,
That's
damn.
great.
That was much different than I was expecting.
What if the net worth came out and it was like broke boy?
Broke boy.
Broke
Oh,
boy.
it also hashtags Curtis Connor in there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, do you think they meant to talk about him?
One comment. It's 3 a.m. and the title of the video has me dead.
Okay. The list of things.
Someone watched that high. It's just like the script of the video. Wait, YouTube star Curtis Connor gave Jarvis a shout out on his Twitter account while promoting his podcast in January 2021.
Aw. How nice of Curtis.
That is funny because I texted Curtis about this week because the podcast, or we did Curtis's podcast, we were ranking how hot Pokemon were, and it came up in a different conversation in our like Pokemon Go group text because I like sent the screen cap because it was a joke like related to something. And then I realized it had been 3 years since we did that. And I texted Curtis like, oh my God, how has it been 3 years since we did this?
Didn't mention the breast milk
You know, because
thing.
COVID, it was like a time hole.
yeah.
Didn't mention the breast milk thing at all.
Thank you. Barely mentioned you.
Yeah, that.
I feel like that's kind of messed up. Didn't mention Sad Boyz a lick.
No, I think it is healthy not to mention us as a duo too much.
No, that's
'Cause
okay. Yeah.
I would rather not be associated with you.
Oh, interesting.
You know what I mean?
I do feel like when Danny and Drew did the We Are Two Different People tour, they shot themselves in the foot. One, because that joke was funny when they made it initially, and then has never been funny since because
Well, because
people
they
got
did the
weird with
thing
it.
because it was the joke had already existed, and then they did the thing where it's like, okay, we acknowledge the joke, we're making a
Yes.
funnier thing, and
Yes.
then we leave it there.
And it was funny, but then people aren't funny.
Yeah.
in general.
Like,
And that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
if you still do that, it's like you mean well. You're just trying to be in like with them. You like their stuff. Maybe you just
don't mix them up.
Maybe just treat them as the individuals.
That's the only thing, and that's coming from me.
Yeah,
That's
not
coming
them.
from me,
This is not behind
them.
the scenes
this
talk.
This is not behind the scenes. This is coming from me.
It's just like, you know,
Yeah.
to be honest, I'll get personally annoyed where it's like one of them, I'll watch like a really great video they made, and like the top comment like credits the video to the other person, and it's just like,
Yeah.
not the top comment, but it's just like, just maybe.
Maybe we should do that like with you two guys.
But when that came out, the first thing I thought of was like, oh, that was a bit that I wanted to do with Jordan because people mixed us up in our real lives because we work together, and it didn't make sense that people mixed us up. It's maybe racism,
Yeah.
But then also we have the
You
same
said
birthday.
that, I'm like, I've never mixed you two up.
Yeah, well,
I would say maybe if somebody said it in like text because of the J names,
I
possibly.
think
it would be like people would like be like, hey Jarvis, can you come to the meeting?
and these are, you know, people that work with us and very often not a lot of team crossover.
Well, yeah,
So
we
these
worked
would
on
be like,
completely different teams.
be like,
I worked in engineering. He worked in partnerships.
like my managers. It's like not
It was
the same.
insane. It was insane.
And you were racist. So like,
I didn't work there.
oh, sorry, but I'm thinking of that other
You
stuff you
confused
said
me
off
with the other
mic.
white guy. No.
That explains it.
Dude, I'm so sorry, Justin Trudeau. That's to Eddie. Shit. Might be.
Jordan,
Hello.
you tried Prime for the first time.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
the Logan Paul drink.
Oh, yeah. I was grabbing a Prime for a friend of mine. They're a fan
Of Prime or you?
of Prime. They really
Grabbing
don't like
Prime
my
for a
shit.
friend of mine kind of goes, dude. That's kind of the bar.
And it tastes like slime. I without exaggeration, you know, I was skeptical. Mm-hmm. Maybe not the drink for me. I always thought it was kind of a scam, maybe.
Which one did you get? Because there's 2 primes, and that confuses consumers.
I never buy it really, so
I got it just because I was curious.
Wait, don't they have multiple? Oh, 2 primes is in. There's the can.
Yeah, there's an energy drink and there's a Gatorade competitor.
So sports drink and energy drink, same company?
Same company, same logo. The real only way you could tell is one is in a can.
And one is in a
I
bottle.
had the Gatorade replacement. It felt really good because I got it from 7-Eleven where I would buy a Gatorade, which I would like. But instead I got the Ice Pop flavor.
Oh, yeah.
it
The
the,
one with
like,
the red, white, and blue. Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure that this is, I hope, like a fair and balanced review and that I said it's the worst soda or drink or anything I've ever had in my entire life. 1.5 sips.
It's a very strange drink.
Appallingly bad. Come on.
Appalling.
Come on now.
Greg appallingly bad.
It is at that level. Yeah. You can believe it.
Impulsively bad.
My drink kept kissing me. It was very frustrating because I felt like, well, I'm going to mention it, but it's just going to sound like I'm being an anti-Paul cynic or something. I need people to understand. I'm not a big soda drinker, really. Usually sugar-free because I'm a sugar-free bastard.
Yeah, it's like weird what they do.
But it is like, even for kids, I'm amazed that they like it.
It's like hyper sweet.
It's so sweet.
But it's like a not sugar sweet because it's like using some sugar substitute.
And it also has like, you know, by all accounts, not very rehydrating set of salts.
It doesn't have a rehydrating set of electrolytes. Like,
But it does have the salty aftertaste.
it's like mainly potassium
Yeah.
and not sodium, which is like what you would want from like a electrolyte drink.
The idea of finishing a workout and then drinking this, it tastes like drinking concentrate syrup without anything else.
Well, so I would say that their big thing is that it doesn't have as much of a salty aftertaste as your average energy drink. But the reason that your average energy drink has the salty aftertaste is because sodium is the most like electrolyte rehydrating thing.
Well, that's even because I was, you know, I'm not anymore, but at the end of last year, I was training for a half marathon. And then right the day before there was a lightning warning. So it was a half marathon. So I did train further than this for a half marathon, but I only ran 7.5 miles for it.
Well,
is that a relief? That would be a relief for me. But I guess if you trained for it.
So I was really conflicted in my head because I think there are 2 types of people, somebody who would be relieved and then somebody's like, oh my God, I trained for this and now. And I think I'm both people.
Yeah.
Where I was like, it was the night before when it got not canceled, but I guess like halved. And it was like, oh, that's a bummer. But now I don't have to do the full thing tomorrow. And yeah, what I was just going to say is once I was doing that, it was like, oh, I'm not going to drink an energy drink to get my electrolytes back. I'm just going to eat something salty or have like an electrolyte tab that I put into it's just like Prime or even Gatorade. I'm like, there's better solutions. I feel like
I like a Gatorade Zero.
Yeah, I fuck with the Gatorade. Lime and cucumber or whatever it's called.
Oh, that was refreshing. Or the Pedialyte. It's like Gatorade Light or whatever, where it's like its main goal is the hydrating. Because like when I was a kid, I used to drink Gatorade a lot, and then I found out it has more sugar in it than soda.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, maybe that's not what I need, but the like more niche products are still fine. Or I'll just do liquid IV now.
I do have this weird part of my brain that like with almost anything now, I have to anything that's like an indulgence, I have to justify it in some part of my brain as even 1% productive. So if I get a non-water drink, I have to think like, well, you know, cranberry juice is like, it's good. Antioxidants, that's pretty reasonable. I can't just have like a Pepsi. You know, I have to have a Diet Pepsi. There's no sugar, but the caffeine could be useful. You know.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I won't even dive into it. Jarvis and I this last week we're talking about eating stuff with that type of mentality, but that's a whole different can of worms to open. But similar in my brain of having to like earn. It's not great, but that's for a private conversation.
And that's. In the Jordan review, do you want to give it a star rating?
Yeah, no, I don't have. It would be not having any.
Okay, so no stars.
Yeah, I suppose if out of 10 though, I would say it wouldn't be having any of the points though.
What about 100 stars?
Ooh, in that case, it's not. There aren't any in it.
Okay.
like electrolytes, there are no stars. I genuinely, I almost want to encourage, I don't want to encourage people to buy any product really that I don't actually like, but god damn, dude. Again, it's frustrating because I don't just want to be like hey, this movie, 0 out of 10, trash. Just so bad, so confusingly bad.
It's a marketing success and making colorful models for kids to.
It makes
collect.
sense why it's popular with kids because it's like over sweet. It's like they're doing this thing where they're trying. It tastes like a lollipop that's been melted down, or an ice pop that's been melted down. Where when you drink, or excuse me, when you like lick an ice cream cone or eat ice cream or a lollipop. When something is cold, we taste the sweetness less. Mm-hmm. And so for anyone who's ever had their ice cream melt and then suddenly it feels like much sweeter, that's why. Prime tastes like it's melted ice pop.
It tasted.
And so it's like hyper sweet.
It was very accurate to its promise. Being ice pop flavored, dub, crushed it, I guess. But
Logan W.
And yet another Logan W. Haven't been watching him for very long, but I assume all of his content historically.
He's kind of just all dubs. Kind of just depending on when you get that.
He convinced me to buy a cum coin or whatever. That's his latest product.
Logan is fascinating to me. He rides these waves. He's obviously just purely in it for himself and rides these waves of like getting really dumb people to like him. And then them turning on him for even a dumb reason that isn't like he scammed everyone, but it's like Logan didn't stick up for his boy. And you're this is why you're mad at him?
He doesn't. It's weird. He does not demonstrate a lot of loyalty. That's one weird thing about the Paul brothers is that people turn quick.
They're like they're like cockroaches. They like you cannot kill them.
They would survive a nuclear apocalypse.
Yes, well, if a nuclear apocalypse happened, then it was like say Mad Max. When you got to the Thunderdome, Logan Paul would be in that ring. He would work his way.
Yeah, somehow. I wouldn't doubt him. I wouldn't doubt him at all in that regard.
It is very frustrating. There's a few people like this, especially like professional athletes. But if somebody shows like athletic prowess, they get like 10% back from me. It's annoying that he's so good at professional wrestling.
That's the thing. It's the WWE thing is I'm not even like into WWE. Like not in. I hate when people are like they shit on it. Just it's fucking the thing that people like in its history. But
I don't watch Days of Our Lives, but it seems like a good time. I don't know.
But I've seen those like clips. Andy plays a good heel, so it's like he knows when to do something and work really hard at it to where people that don't like him go like. Gotta give him a little credit for that. And that's all you need to make a lot of money.
Yeah, it's true.
If Taylor Swift came out and threw a tight spiral, everyone would turn around. They'd be like, oh, you know what? Hey, thumbs up.
I mean, speaking of, have you seen the meme of the woman at the basketball game eating the popcorn and smiling?
Yeah.
So let me pull up her name because it's escaping me.
It's something. While you're looking it up, can I say something? It's something that made me obviously
Kelsey Plum. Yeah,
it like made me like cringe a little. And then when you see the internet doing it, you're like, okay, let's go easy, everybody.
Yeah,
She's just being a little quirky. Like, let's privately maybe go like, hey, this is a little
that's
cringe.
funny.
So that's Kelsey Plum. She's a WNBA player. She is an incredibly talented athlete. And the last time she went viral, it was of her throwing a T-shirt that was packed up into the crowd and threw like a tight spiral T-shirt like into the back of the stands. And then that went viral because everybody was like, this is fucking sick.
Kelsey Plum just launched it.
And so literally, I think if these things happened in reverse, then everyone would have just forgotten. Oh yeah, I think this is it.
Did they follow it?
That's actually
holy shit! Holy
fucking crazy.
Is it gonna go through this wall?
Oh my god! Did somebody catch it?
Yo!
Oh!
He broke
That
his,
was awesome.
Guy broke his hand.
She can be a little cringy eating some popcorn if you can.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Spiral like that.
So shout out Kelsey Plum, shout out WNBA, shout out women's college basketball. Incredible final. I watched a lot of the tournament. Shout out Don Staley. Shout out University of South Carolina. Shout out Iowa. Shout out every
keep going.
shout out.
Keep going.
Every
Specific
shout out. Caitlin Clark. Hannah Stolke.
You're crushing the 100 women challenge just on.
Let me see. Fuck.
I wouldn't
God.
crush the 100 women challenge. I would listen to it.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Because you can't think of any.
Yeah,
I,
that's ripped straight from
I'm
the
listening to someone
Mulaney
tell me
Bill
how to-
Hader.
The whole storylines with like the women's March Madness was crazy. I also watched the men's. Okay, so equal opportunity here. All right, Eddie's leaving.
Hey, come on, man.
Shout out UConn on the back-to-back. First back-to-back national championship win since my Florida Gators did it in 06-07. So pretty
Is that the last
huge.
one they got?
Huh? I think so, yeah.
Eat shit, pal.
That's
okay.
not gonna be an L for the camera.
Yeah, J for Jarvis.
Unmarried, by the way.
Unmoored, untrapped.
But
Loves to take selfies.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Loves
a
to
hobby.
take- that's one of my hobbies. I loved it. Been watching a lot of basketball. Going to the Clippers Suns game tonight.
Nice.
Pretty stoked about that.
You,
We were
on the
maybe
bench,
gonna
or-
hang out, and then Jarvis had plans.
Yeah, one of my friends.
I was late to messaging you. So.
one of my friends just moved into a new place and has a new roommate, and that new roommate is a dancer for the Clippers. And so they like got tickets to the game last minute, and I was like, I want to go because the NBA regular season's wrapping up in this week or next week. Anyway, it's about to be playoff time. Woo!
I'm actually. Oh, I got to play tonight. I completely forgot that was happening.
Oh yeah, you play.
I got to go warm up or something.
You got to play. Oh, okay. I'll be honest. I was actually gonna wait till after the podcast to ask what you were doing tonight, and I thought you were going to a play, and I was like, "Damn, don't ask."
I'm going to the
I was like-
operas tonight.
So I was like, "What were you gonna say, Jarvis?"
One thing I was going to say, this is a little tiny little politics moment. Before the national championship game, the coach of South Carolina, who's this extremely decorated player in her own right in college and then WNBA and now coaching, one of the like sort of best coaches in like 16 years. She's like kind of turned her school into like a dynasty. But anyway, Dawn Staley, she gets asked, I'm still learning. I'm still, it's like if I'm new at NBA, I'm very, very new at women's WNBA and at women's college ball, but I've been enjoying watching it. So I'm just slurping up all the context.
This is the
But
study period.
I'm in the
slurp up the WNBA. You can enjoy it from afar.
Okay.
According to DJ Khaled, that is not okay.
bring out the lobster.
Lobster.
Bring out the lobster. So at a post-game interview, like after they win their Final Four matchup and they're going to go into the final, a journalist from one of those like alt-right adjacent like things,
alt-right
Outkick,
tabloid mags.
Outkick, I think it's called. But anyway, he asks her about transgender athletes. And then it's like, first of all, there are no transgender athletes in basketball. And there's like, of the NCAA entirety, there's like a handful. And it's like a 0.0006% representation. And then not even in the sport that we're talking about. So like, this is a completely irrelevant
There's just some
question.
trans people somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course they make it seem like it's like this huge issue, and they're like, "Do you think trans women should play the sport?" And then she like takes a sip of water, calmly responds, and is like, "I know what you're trying to do. This is gonna flood my timeline.
Ice.
Whatever. Like, and you know what? It doesn't matter. Yes, if you consider yourself a woman, you should play our game." And then she's like, "I know I'm gonna get some flack for this. I know people are gonna give me shit," but she was like just sort of firm, well-spoken, and then they fucking won the national championship. It was such a fucking like mic drop moment.
That's pretty
It was
solid.
because asking that before they go into it, she's like, "This is a distraction."
Right.
It's like, because this is not a real issue. and I'm trying to keep my team focused. I'm trying to keep everybody focused. We've got a game to win.
That's the foundation of that journalism. Is what if there was a dragon or something?
No, but literally, dude.
Imagine something bad, something that scares me happen.
I think his other question was about like the national anthem or something, and it's like, bro, like, what are you doing?
It's just one of those things with them where it's like, okay, well, have trans people in sports ruined the fabric of society or sport in America? And
Still waiting, 'cause you keep
everything with
saying-
right wing people like that will be like, no, but what if it did though?
Imagine.
But what if it did? Oh
I had
my
a
God,
dream about it and it was bad.
And then what's his fucking name? He used to play for University of Florida, which made me mad. Chandler Parsons, who used to play for Florida, he's like a talking head now, and he was like, so if Zach Edey, who's like a 7'4" player from Purdue, wanted to be a woman, then he could play.
All of the hypotheticals are always, so if somebody who is not trans decided like,
Yeah,
we're-
but then also there's there's all these rules that trans athletes have to jump through to compete anyway. They have
Right.
to like be on certain medications and stuff and certain hormones for like a year, and they have to like sit for a certain amount of time. Basically, no one is doing that for fun because it is not
for
fun.
What, to compete? Like the exceptional amount of time, money, and emotional distress that would come from, I guess in these cases, they're always saying, I guess they're saying that these are people are making it up or they're lying for this benefit, as opposed to just, I guess, investing in their training in the sport that they're in.
It
in
reminds
the field that they're already
that
playing.
swimmer, that trans swimmer who competed and didn't perform that well. But then like there was another woman who complained about the trans woman competing, and then they like looked at the standings, and the girl complaining also lost to like a 9-year-old.
Oh, I remember her.
yeah, and it was like,
rules.
why don't
It's
you
so
focus on like
ridiculous.
your actual like? It's like not affecting you.
Yeah.
It's
So
like so
pathetic.
not affecting you.
It is. I mean, it's a tricky issue when the thing that they are wrong about is so simple. It's so simple, but because they're so distressed by it, you have to entertain it. It's like a
Also-
kid that trips and scrapes their knee and cries. In that case, you're a little bit more charitable to the kid than you would be to an adult that did
Yeah.
the same. But you still can't really validate it.
it's impossible to have any type of, if they want to have whatever a quote like real discussion would be about it, because they're starting from a place from being so deeply transphobic that
Sure.
Exactly.
there's no back and forth that you could even say. You ever talk to somebody like that and you're like, oh, we're on like a different planet on how we view sex and gender. Like,
Yeah.
We're not.
like I
the
actually don't
currency
know.
is different.
I don't know where to start. The one thing I normally catch like more like kind of if it was like somebody from my hometown is I always just say and this is not my own thing. It's but I say just give me one trait that doesn't have to do with human anatomy, because I know that's what they'll do.
right.
Give me one trait that every man has.
Yeah.
It's like you can't say football. Like not everyone likes football. Like whiskey. Like what?
Yeah.
Tell me
It's like
something.
being manly.
But then those freaks have started to like transvestigate every person.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's like we're not breaking new ground here. It's
No,
just-
no. But it came up because I think Dawn Staley's cool, and I think women's basketball is cool. And
By
I'm
the way,
excited
so
to
does
watch more of it.
So does people actually love it and watch it. It's just extremely unfunny people doing a meme of it's so boring. Haven't seen it though.
Oh yeah. I guess one thing that's relevant is the women's NCAA championship game, basketball game, had like 19 million like people watch it, and it was like the most viewed basketball game of any league in the past 5 years, which is pretty crazy. And then it also beat out the men's by like 5 million people,
It's so,
which is crazy.
but it's so boring.
But it's like, women's ball is having like a huge moment right now, and it's really awesome. And I'm excited to like keep that momentum going. A lot of the players who are big stars like in college are going to the WNBA this year. And so there was like a story about how like Caitlin Clark, who's like the big one who everyone talks about, and I tried to like downplay talking about her because like the media has like over talked about her, but she's incredible and like she's like the Steph Curry of she just like shoots the ball from half court and it just goes in every time and it's like what the fuck. And
I would do that. If I could get any skill to do basketball, it would be throwing it very far into the hoop.
I thought you were doing like if I was there, I would have done that.
I forgot to do it.
But like Caitlin Clark is the team that she's going to be drafted to because she's going to get the number 1 pick because she's like one of the best college players like in modern history, and some are saying like of all time. But I don't know the game enough to say that. But they're having to like move to a larger stadium for their like inaugural game.
We got to get that hoop further away from her. It's too easy.
They're like we're adding in like another 8,000 seats so that like more people can come to the game. And I'm like, that's sick.
It would be cool if they made it a longer court.
Yeah,
like a soccer field.
I mean, there was another thing. God, I'm so sorry I'm doing this, but there was a Sabrina Ionescu. Let me double check.
Also, is it cool if I pee really quick?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, dude, I will do the same. That's crazy. That's so nuts. Let's do it together. Same timing, same.
Okay, so while they're gone, I'll explain this. I just thought it was, hey guys, I just thought it was fun during the NBA All-Star weekend where Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu did their like face-off of 3-point contest. It was super awesome. And Sabrina is an incredible shooter. And she scored better than all of the men who were competing in the 3-point contest. Steph did edge it out, but I thought that was super rad. And so I'm excited to get more into women's ball because I've just been getting into men's ball over the past couple of months. So I'm stoked. I think I'm going to go to the bathroom now too.
Now it's just me. Now it's just Jacob.
Okay, we're back from our simultaneous bathroom break. All of us went to go pee together.
On the same toilet. Same
We
time.
didn't cross the streams.
Like I say how nice it was for somebody else to prompt going to the toilet.
Looked like,
I'm a pee bastard.
Looked like the Bellagio fountain in there.
Yeah, like the little cherubs or whatever.
I mean, like, is that what that is? Pissing?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of jets and streams. It was like World of Color. We lit it up.
We lit that thing up. All
LEDs.
different colors. Each stream a different color.
Yeah, we projected part of Dumbo onto it.
I was so hydrated.
Pirates
it
of
was
the
blue.
Caribbean ship comes in.
I'm concerned that yours was red. I think that does have me a
That
little
was kind of
worried.
messed
Oh,
up.
there's no LEDs in there?
Yeah, that
Why
was.
could I see Dumbo in my piss? Can you go to the doctor for that?
Yeah.
Hey, Doc.
I go to the doctor to just tell him about what happened to you. Dude, my friend pissed Dumbo.
Hey, so the doctor's like, oh my God, this elephant has huge ears.
Yeah,
is that a bad
that's
sign?
not the good. Yeah, he can fly and stuff. It's like from a movie.
Who are these crows? Oh, no.
Oh, whoa, hey, okay. Well, it's pretty funny. It's like Eddie's video.
So Jacob prepared something today. Well, actually, we were having our like pre-production meeting, and Jacob said, "Have you guys heard of?" And then what it was, and we didn't know what he was saying.
How is it? Do we know how it's
Yeah,
pronounced?
Jacob, do you know how to say it?
Yeah, so I'm hoping that there are some listeners out here with me that know what I'm talking about. It's Donghua Jinlong food grade glycine.
Of
Right.
course.
It's one of those sentences that uses all the letters of the alphabet. So
Right.
you can,
Wait, the
test-
quick brown
Wait
fox.
a minute. I think I actually do know this. Is this wait?
Oh.
Wait, I don't want to spoil it, but no, but I don't want. Okay, I don't want to say it ahead of time before you guys.
Well,
see
you
it.
can maybe you write it down in your notes app.
I'll just say what I thought it was.
Okay.
and I won't lie.
Okay.
Okay.
You
A
know?
lot of the
No, I will. I won't lie.
a lot of the liars I know say that quite a bit.
I
Actually.
thought the lottery numbers were exactly what they were this week. Oh my God! Wait, did that say?
Yeah, that's a little
Oh
post I
man!
found.
Well, look at
Okay.
that at night.
Yeah, so I saw not the sources or the main ones of these. I saw this with like jokes of this with like I think 2 or 3 likes on TikTok, and I was like, "What the fuck is this trend?"
Isn't that funny when you like find a reference to something, but you like didn't find the main
Yeah.
thing? So you're like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
I need
right
a
now?
reverse bibliography. What are you talking about? Or when you search something like important that happened, and it's just like, so what were the latest? latest news in this major event. And people are like, me when I see the news. And it's just them like, I don't know, like a spoof about The Sims, but it's taking place in there. I'm like, no, well, what happened to the guy?
This company called Donghua Jinlong is a glycine manufacturer that ended up doing some promo on TikTok.
Okay.
And because it's TikTok, their videos went viral and people just think it's hilarious.
That must be so confusing
And
for these companies.
So here's one of the videos that they posted that did super well for whatever reason.
Introducing Donghua Jinlong's food-grade glycine. Unlock Donghua Jinlong's food-grade glycine in 2024. Suitable as a flavor enhancer, sweetener, and
Does this guy
nutritional
also make the
supplement.
Jarvis Johnson
Also
video?
used in pickles, sweet sauces, soy sauce, vinegar, and juices to improve taste. We've been deeply involved in this field for over 40 years. A well-established brand and a large factory, committed to providing you with high quality, high standard, and cost-effective products.
It's like going to a brewery where you don't know how beer is made. Yeah. And you're like, okay, there's just a lot of vessels.
Follow for
I don't know
more.
what's happening.
So I was getting barely any likes, AI like versions of celebrities advertising this.
Oh.
So I got one of like Joe Biden doing the script for this.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it's a fairly normal video at its core.
Yeah.
It is a company that wanted to get the message out
Right.
that they are a manufacturer of glycine. And so if you need glycine,
They got
that's these are your people.
If you're
TikTok-
a major manufacturer of factory farm foods,
Yeah, I'm like, who? Like, because the average TikTok audience is not their market.
Right. Well, I feel like every company now is like, we got to be online. We got to have some.
Right.
Yeah, Jacob, what were you going to say when you said TikTok? Or?
I was just going to say TikTok is really not the place to do that.
Yeah.
Your
Especially
audience is not there.
Yeah.
Which is why it's funny. Is
Yeah.
It's
because
like, Dad, you work in food, right? Maybe you
Yeah.
can buy some of this high grade glycine.
this pickle tastes like shit. Who could help me with this?
I've
and
been trying to make some soy sauce.
because
And a lot of it.
yeah, TikTok is a very random. You don't choose really what you see.
Right.
It'll serve it to random people, and it's funny because this is obviously like not somebody who would be buying hundreds of pounds of glycine, and so people like took it and ran with it, and so now there's like this woman who's made a few videos, where it's like kind of like conspiracy coded.
Oh, of
Okay,
course.
glycine girlies, we just got a big update.
Glycine
on
girlies?
glycine
Yeah.
I want to be a glycine
What's
girly.
a glycine?
Oh, wait a
girlies?
second.
We don't have
Big
a group
update
name
on
for the
Donghua
three of us.
Jinlong's new second
could be it.
account. So they posted this to their stories last night, and it's gone now. But we got an exclusive look into their packaging department for their industrial grade glycine. Stop here.
Fucking glycine
See
factory.
that? They're using the GEK 260.
Whoa. I couldn't even pretend to know what I'm looking at with this machine. I don't know what it does.
Are they seriously using that? That's the glycine
This is
circle.
awesome.
Can I? Okay. I could be wrong. And I'm not trying to say this about her, but the state of the internet. If she explains what this machine does, and then we Google this machine, and it's exactly what Wikipedia says. Well, I want to check to see if this is actual. What is she? I have
Well,
to see
my
what she
thing is,
says.
I feel like it's tongue in cheek, right?
Yeah,
Like
okay.
this is like when everybody works together to create a lore.
Yeah.
And like I love that.
Yeah.
This is AO3 fanfic.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, let's
Injection molding machine made by the Shijiang Golden Eagle Plastic Machinery Company.
Yeah, of course.
Now, Golden Eagle is an interesting choice, as
Oh,
you'd
I take it back.
expect
She's being
Donghua
funny.
Jinlong to use the popular Haida 330T. But this is what really sets them apart. So we've not seen Daisy try to sell us that Haida.
This is a great video.
This is awesome.
We've all seen Daisy.
TikTok, and we all know that it's quality. So Donghua Jinlong choosing to use a different vendor for their injection molding machines is an interesting development, but I think in the long run, it's probably why they're the best. We'll play the video. We'll let them walk around.
This
You
is
can see
like
here the floor is painted a nice
High level
I
satire.
bet the comments
I love
are so
this so
funny.
much.
Yeah.
I love how she's playing this.
Yeah.
I feel bad that even for the first 3 seconds I thought this was a serious video.
I mean,
This
that's
is
how-
incredible satire. I love this.
That's how poisoned this kind of discourse is.
Yeah.
Because it's the exact kind of topic that would engender some
right
Conspiracy
before I
theories.
came here, I was seeing people have conspiracies about the eclipse. So my brain
yeah.
was
Well,
thinking about
we didn't. Did
Yeah, we
We
talked
talked
about
about
that
it.
last
we
week.
talked about
We
last
talked
week.
about how people were
the
concerned.
demon face stuff that it was gonna like.
Oh yeah, well the world is going to end, and like CERN is involved, the Large Hadron Collider.
Yeah,
Do you
Not to
think
mention
it's a
the
good
Large Hadron
idea?
Collider is not in the path of the eclipse.
Yeah.
But
Or the fact that it's not done anywhere else, and eclipses happen very frequently, just not in the protagonist country.
Yes.
I think that one thing that's also refreshing is I thought this was going to go to a racist place, but this is just like feigning genuine interest on this manufacturing
And
process.
what
is very
sets them
funny to
apart
me.
from other glycine factories? It's so funny.
We all know Heidi.
Yeah.
And also just going to now they're using a XG59. Wait, I want to keep watching. And then I want to look at the comments because I feel like they're going to be really
Shout
funny.
out to Cities by Dinah. Is it Diana?
Dina, maybe?
Yeah.
Probably why they're the best. We'll play the video, we'll let them walk around. You can see here the floor is painted a nice calming green color, and the camera person is in what appears to be a hallway above the production floor. So the fact that they posted this to their alternate account and not on main, and then they made the conscious decision to share this as a story and not a regular video, it tells us that they really wanted only the real fans to see this.
Like the three people right here, the Glycine
Yeah.
girlies.
The glycine girlies.
I love that massive Donghua Jinlong update. Wait, okay, let's look at the comments real
Cities
quick.
by Diana, okay.
They're not afraid to innovate. Classic Donghua Jinlong.
This is a total game changer. Thanks for keeping us updated.
Yeah, and then she has another one.
Glycine girlies.
Yeah.
You girls act like the only place that you can get your industrial grade glycine is from Donghua Jinlong. Newsflash, there's so many other better places that you can get your industrial grade glycine if you know where to look.
Look, bestie, we can see what you're doing. You're coming on here and you're slandering Donghua Jinlong for clout. You don't even name the alternatives. Sure, there are competitors. There's other brands that you can get your glycine from. Like, are you really going to go to a Ajinomoto Group? I know their high-performance semiconductors are good. Don't even get me started on Geo Specialty Chemicals. First of all, they manufacture their shit in Texas. Like, sure, American-made, like, that sounds great, but what are you going to do when it's wintertime and the power grid fails? Where are you going to get your glycine now, huh? What about New Trend Group? Yeah, they're up and coming, like their name says.
Sure, right.
They're kind of an upstart in the market, but they do monk fruit sweetener. Glycine is like their second or third choice. Do you really want to buy your glycine from somebody that's not fully committed? No, I'll bet this person gets their glycine from Chatham Chemicals. You do not want to go to Chatham Chemicals.
That's
They're
rude.
a scam. They do that purist glycine woo-woo shit. No, their
Yeah.
glycine sucks.
Call 'em
There's
out.
many
I don't
other
like this
glycine
sen- this is
suppliers,
mean.
but
This
the only choice is Donghua Jinlong because they have a whopping 31 patent. They meet all of the ISO certifications, including 22,000 and 9,000.
This is me in high school after reading a Wikipedia page.
This is so perfect because both the people involved with this video are doing such a great parody of internet discourse
Yes,
and playing
exactly.
it so straight.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the bit is becoming more and more elaborate to the point where it is genuinely
Yeah.
funny as opposed to just going fast mode.
Yeah, like if you exchange these types of replies out for like this discourse has happened a million times over
Right,
TikTok.
exactly.
Somebody making a claim just like that and a stitch just like that. This is great. She's really funny.
Let's clear up some myths about Donghua
Yeah.
Jinlong and their competitors.
That one.
Real ones know it's Donghua Jinlong or nothing. Senator, I'm Singaporean.
Can you imagine what the Donghua Jinlong offices are like right now?
Also, can we do?
There's a comment that said somewhere there's an incredibly niche marketing manager freaking out right now.
I know the cost of glycine is so important to inflation keeps coming down, glycine rates will
Wait,
keep
this
coming
is like
down as
so
well.
such a
I wanna
good
provide
deepfake.
an annual glycine credit that will give Americans $400 a month for the next 2 years as glycine rates come down.
Glycine credit to every American.
Joe Biden has two things going for why his AI productions are always so effective. One is obviously there's a ton of dialogue from him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also he's such a static speaker.
Yeah.
He doesn't, often you can tell it's AI because the neck doesn't align with the
Right,
head
like his
movements.
mouth was moving weird.
like,
but
Yeah.
The
Well,
AI,
that's what's going on. You know?
the AI stuff does him favors because it sounds more coherent than something.
that's honestly
You saw that
true.
fucking brewery clip from like 2 months ago, right? Where he's speaking at the Michigan brewery.
Oh, yeah.
That guy singing to him. Did you see that?
Wait, guy singing.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
That guy's
yeah.
up to sing to him, and I guess he's saying something along the lines of, "All right,
it really clearly sounds like you're saying the F slur.
Yeah, it sounds like you're saying the F slur.
It sounds like Biden saying it?
Yeah, but it's not. It wouldn't make sense in the context because it's literally just someone singing like. What were they singing? It was from like a musical or something.
What's up with that trend? Just going up to someone and singing.
I thought you meant saying the F word.
What's up with that? You like it or you don't? Because you do it a lot.
I don't.
I think there's one particular creator that kind of like started doing that, and then I guess like most trends.
I've seen one guy go up to people and do it, and like go up to Mike Tyson, and he's like, "Hey, I remember you doing that. I remember you did that before."
Yeah. All right, one more.
Okay, one more. Yeah, Jacob, you choose. Dealer's choice.
Say the weird thing. People are desperately seeking realness.
I feel like nobody's talking about the systemic plot in America that disproportionately affects the black population here in the United States. It's one of those things that if you're close to the communities that are affected, you would really understand. But if you're not, it's something that kind of just goes behind the scenes, and you don't really hear about it much. So studies show that 90% of the lowest grade quality of glycine
that's awesome
into black communities in the United States of America. And one of the reasons why I truly believe that the government is trying to block TikTok is to make sure that the black community never figures out about Donghua and Jinlong's grade and industrial grade glycine.
This is literally just how discourse
that
is.
Could change communities forever if we just had that information.
I think it helps that the bit is not just, and not to, dissect comedy too much or whatever. I've been listening to too many of those annoying comedian podcasts, I guess. Like, those are too tiring. There is a lot to the fact that they aren't doing the same presentation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all the conspiracy video.
It's all different types of discourse you see on TikTok.
It's like
the best bit.
Guy in car with aviators and guy walking.
I was gonna say it reminds me of that the TikTok meme with the guy who delivers the news, who has it's my birthday today, and I brought my girlfriend. Have you seen that one?
I'm not sure.
Oh, this is important. This is like, and then everyone like comes together. Yeah. Wait, let me see.
That blew my head back.
Is this the one that has everything? Let's see.
Star Wars Day, everyone. Today is also my birthday. And because it's my birthday, I get to introduce you to my girlfriend, who is amazing. Happy Star Wars Day, everyone. Today is also my birthday. And Star Wars Day, everyone. Today is also my birthday. Star Wars Day, everyone. Today is also my birthday. And because it's my birthday, day, everyone. Today is also my birthday. And because it's my day, everyone. Today is also my birthday. And because it's my birthday, I get to introduce you to my girlfriend.
Marcus, you don't want to do this. Let her go.
Breaking news, a man is currently holding his girlfriend hostage. Police are outside of his home waiting negotiation terms. Breaking news, a man is currently holding his girlfriend hostage. Police are outside of his news, a man is currently holding his girlfriend hostage. Police are outside of his
My fellow Americans. The current market situation developing, I want to assure you I have my fellow
I've known her for years.
I know you're all aware of the current market
visible anymore.
It's like all of the Avengers. But that's what it reminds me of, because everyone's coming at it from like a different angle.
Those bits are breath of fresh air for me, because like when everyone's kind of parodying the discourse stuff, it's like, oh, we're all acknowledging that this is everything we do all the time is insane. It's nice to.
It's refreshing for everyone to sit down and say, "This is nonsense. What we're doing. This is entirely ridiculous that we're here holding this phone."
Okay, speaking of ridiculous comedy, we've come to our main topic.
The man.
We have to talk about it. The man, the myth, the legend, the funniest stand-up comedian ever to walk the earth.
The most Italian name in comedy.
The guy who's afraid to just say it. Let's just play it.
Anybody here at pronouns? Oh, what's your pronouns? Okay. I respect your pronouns. You got to respect my pronouns. Do you want to know my pronouns are? My pronouns are real. That's my pronouns.
Yeah.
Woo! The woo is the one of the
That's rough. Dude. That's a family
Let's play
member.
make believe.
He looks so afraid.
It is. I think we talked about it when I first saw the clip, but the lamp, like the setup and lamp shading needed for that bit to work, isn't setup. It is like a fifth grader coming up to you and they heard a joke they want to say.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, do you Do you have a car? What car is it?
It's so.
I don't put it.
It's the. Do you know what BMW stands for?
Yeah.
It's like, and then like the guy's taking their AirPods out. Hi.
What was that?
Doing right now?
I'm sorry.
Also, it's like he's not even I don't want him to be, but he's not even with the like we're playing make believe. He doesn't even seem confident in being such a fucking idiot about pronouns.
This guy, I was looking into stuff. He's been a comic of note for like 8 years. And the nervousness in what he's doing is so it's unfunny because like especially if you're doing, I guess you can call it satirical if that's what he's going for. If you're doing satirical comedy, the joke is you are so confident saying a ridiculous thing. Yeah, it can't be like.
I just can't get over the response needed. Do you want to hear my pronouns?
Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay,
no, I don't.
If you did,
okay. Well, because I was going to tell you.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to hear them? They're real good.
No, I'm good, man. But thank you.
No, thanks. I'm not a plan or anything.
It's also the he, him. Like, oh, all right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Again, it's like,
of course, he planted someone to say they them.
The pronouns thing is something that some old people are so obsessed with. But even if you're one of these old people that feels like times are changing and you can't even understand it, it's the easiest like common courtesy thing you could do to another person.
Yeah.
And the joke is not funny. it's just
we started calling Puff Daddy P. Diddy, and look where that left.
Yeah, that's a better argument against pronouns.
Way closer.
No, that's a better joke to argue against pronouns.
No, but it's. This joke is so tired, and I can't believe this. I think that a lot of it going viral is people going, wow, really still?
Yeah.
In 2024?
It's also just nothing. It was almost like one of the... So I did watch a few clips of this guy because I love to laugh. I love to chuckle, you know me.
You watch Family Guy and stuff.
I watched a lot of twisted, fucked up shit. I watched The Joker twice, and I had to turn it off the second time because it was too twisted.
Right.
I watched the Joker trailer for the new one. Volume off, too twisted.
Yeah.
He said something about, the chaos. But... the first clip I saw is him on one of those stand up without a net type shows where you get it's crowd work, but it's just prompts. And one of them is, it's like stores or something like that. And he has to do so much lift to like travel across the real estate all the way to, you ever been there with a woman? What's going on with these women, guys? The prompt would have led there no matter what. In the special, I was able to watch 5 minutes of before it gave me the impact of reverse caffeine this morning. Ruined my morning.
It gave you lethargy?
Just made me tired. It was in the first 3 minutes with no like organic segues between them. Comedian destroys feminism.
Right.
Talks about COVID.
Get him.
Destroys kind of women a little more, like sort of specifically.
Hell
Blue
yeah,
hair.
dude.
The pronouns is kind of touching on that. I don't think feminism is specifically related to pronouns, just women have them. So I guess that's there
Shouldn't
as well.
have had him if you didn't want to get got by the comedy beam.
And he does that thing that Gervais has been doing for like 5 years now, where he sets it up. And Jimmy Carter does as well, where his earliest jokes are, he does one semi-ironic joke, I guess, because he doesn't. And I don't know what he's doing. And then he goes, yeah, that's a little thing called irony.
Yeah.
You'd better get used to that for this show. And that doesn't do any of those
we're going to
jokes.
have fun if you're laughing at that one.
You're going to be scared.
I don't know if you guys saw Big Joel's most recent video, but
conservative comedy one.
Yeah, one of the things with Ricky Gervais is that like he'll do that and then go on podcast and do a tour of like, don't call a joke offensive. Say it offended you, and it's like, so you're nitpicking language.
Yeah. Okay, semantics. You got me.
Yeah, and it's just,
don't say you don't like my comedy. Say that you thought you don't like my comedy special.
That my comedy isn't bad, and my comedy wasn't for you.
Right.
Oh, what's the fucking difference?
Okay, well, 1 star still.
What have you cooked up for us here, Jacob?
So we've got all the cool things he said ever.
Lisa, Jacob actually already had these favorited.
Yeah, you can kind of like just like pick your poison. We've got conspiracies, ableism,
And on Joe Rogan, no
transphobia.
less.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
These are all links that Jacob pulled from a group chat with all your friends that nobody's responding to.
Hey guys, might be I switched to Android, so maybe there's an issue with these coming through. Nazi UFOs, you catch that one?
Yeah, and then a couple one. This one's cool because it has
Rocket League
Rocket
gameplay.
League under.
It's one of those ones where it's just his visuals, but the sound of Rocket League.
Yeah.
I gotta say, the one caption that's in the thumbnail for that one, the Rocket League one, Victorian hooker outfit. That's great.
Broken simulation. Saw a time travel. Is he a conspiracy theory?
A little.
Pick a lane.
Okay.
dude.
Yeah, I watched it in the same vein that he's riffing on pronouns, but clearly like doesn't care or have a lot of interest or insight about it. When he starts doing conspiracy theory stuff, I think at one point he had like a podcast about it. It's when he's doing the circuit on those, any Tom Segura adjacent podcast called like Real Bastard Shit, No Hold Bars Radio. That's what he's doing because it's long form. You can't do the pronouns thing for more than 30 seconds.
Right.
It's funny to be like, there's Nazi UFOs, but then be like, your identity is what? Don't think so.
Yeah. Can we watch what he said?
Let's get into it.
There's two different Nazi UFO clips.
Yeah. This is like the intro one.
Have you ever heard of New Schwabenland?
New Schwabenland.
You never heard of New Schwabenland?
No.
Have you ever heard of Operation High Jump?
His attitude is actually hilarious.
He's back in his fifth grader mode. It was like, do you like Hot Wheels? Have you ever seen Coco Melon? Do you like those Simpsons?
Operation High Jump. So at one point, some people are like, what's going on with Antarctica? So they send this cat named Admiral Byrd up to investigate with a giant fleet, a fleet to go bang, bro. And according to his journal that they found,
pause.
He's a horrible storyteller on top of anything. That's his biggest problem. And
What
that's
the hell?
My guess is, well, because I always don't want to credit somebody to being kind of like a grifter, because I think one of the things is I think some people that get labeled grifters are also just like in those algorithms themselves and actually just truly believe that.
Right.
Someone like Elon, I think, is actually just brain rotted himself and then bought the website that brain rotted himself. But my guess is because he's not, and he's done more stand up than me, but like, if you're not that successful and not that great of a storyteller, you probably get a bit resentful, and then you probably think some crowds don't laugh at your jokes because of this or that.
Well, you're bombing, all comics bomb, it's nothing to do with the material.
I mean, you can even tell a fleet to go bang, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He also, what did he call the person? He didn't say this guy.
Oh, this cat.
This cat.
This cat. Yeah,
This
okay.
groovy cat.
This groovy cat.
This smooth diggy dog. Went up with a fleety pie.
Named Admiral Alaska or whatever. He goes,
Getting into some shit.
Hey, can we back up a little bit? Because like, truly it's hard to follow his logic.
Admiral Byrd up to investigate with a giant fleet, a fleet to go bang,
fleet?
bro. And according
a fleet to go bang, bro. Okay.
Okay.
So, wait. So, okay, sorry. God, he's so bad at
No,
this.
wait. I would say maybe let him give the whole pitch so we don't know, because I'm still confused.
If he goes
Wait,
bang,
no.
bro,
But the thing, I don't understand like very important elements to this.
Yeah.
So he goes, have you ever heard of have you ever heard of like Fallujah Land or whatever?
Yeah.
He said
It was like new. I don't even know.
And then he said Operation High Jump. They sent this cat over to Antarctica with a big fleet to go bang.
Yeah, we don't know
Why
what
they're in
fleet, what government. I'm
Okay,
assuming.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are idiots. It's to go bang.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of New Schwabenland?
Brendan Schwab's house, dude.
It sounds like he's gonna hit him with like schwabbing my balls on your face.
Yeah. No.
You haven't heard of New Schwabenland?
Yeah.
What's New Schwabenland? New schwabbing my balls across your chin.
Dude, that was too confident. You're like, new slot.
He has to grip with both hands.
Schwabenland. You never heard of New Schwabenland? No. Have you ever heard of Operation High Jump? So
It's just this for 9 minutes. Have you ever heard of the Flim Flam fiasco?
at one point, some people are like, what's going on with Antarctica? So they said
the president.
Some people, Harry S. Truman. What? Okay.
One of the coolest cats around.
What's going on?
I gotta see the full context.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. But okay, what is going on with Alaska is the inciting event here.
Yes.
So some guy goes, what's going on with Alaska? Antarctica.
New Schwabenland.
So sorry.
Schwabenland goes.
New Schwabenland.
Schwabbing my balls over Alaska.
Okay.
They were like, what's going on with it? So they went to go bang.
So they went to send a big fleet to go bang.
A whole big fleet.
Yeah.
Send this cat named Admiral Byrd up to investigate with a giant fleet, just a fleet to go bang, bro. And according to his journal that they found much later, he basically met with UFOs.
Basically met with UFOs.
They went bang, if you can believe it.
What the fuck? Can you keep playing? I just have to know what he means by basically met with UFOs.
Basically met with UFOs. Nazi UFOs.
What?
Yes.
Nazi UFOs.
The Nazis.
The Nazis had
joke.
a flying saucer.
Had made a deal, basically, working with
What?
You've never heard this?
No.
It's the greatest story ever, bro.
I'll take your word for it, mate, because he was not told to me.
This guy is he's dumb. He saw a conspiracy online. He's trying to recite it to Joe Rogan.
Oh my
He
God.
didn't think maybe should I do some research into even the initial thing that I believed in.
Even adding details that make it sound plausible.
Yeah.
Did they bang? That was about
A fleet to go bang, bro.
A fleet to go bang, and then they found his journal.
And it basically
later.
said, "That's a big space guy."
And then in the written words, there were no pictures. There was no.
What does it mean, basically?
How do we even know it's his journal?
It would bang. He's got drawings. Like my favorite ship.
Okay,
bang.
so this keeps going.
I think this is related.
Yeah. How would you know?
Also, I wish that the TikTok included more context of whatever Joe at least even responded with, like even after if he had gone like that doesn't make any sense, or if he had gone more into it. It's just like
even Joe. I feel like this is too far even for Joe
he
Rogan.
says it, this guy's saying it like he's kidding, but I don't. But he also is saying it like he's a dumb guy.
He is truly incredulous that Joe Rogan hasn't heard of. Also, we don't know why it's called New Schwabenland.
We don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I don't know. Maybe I just don't know a lot about about a flat peak. Why is the logo like down his hat?
Oh, LA upside down? Because
they're at war?
Freaking dude, come on. If we have to explain it, it's not.
Oh, yeah, of course, my bad.
Sorry, I'm writing down the dumbest comedian. I'm just trying to think about angles
With
for
any
this.
of the thumbnail.
Yeah, wait, actually, please
The dumbest comedian I've ever seen.
Dog shit YouTuber.
Yeah. The N-word comedian is very dumb.
It's Nazi.
So what's this other conspiracy thing then?
Let's watch it.
Yeah.
I know this sounds crazy. So basically, the aliens go down, and Klaus Schwab's dad go down and meet with Eisenhower. It's gonna be like we could either do it one way or the other way. We can do it nice or we can do it the wrong way. And that's where they say Eisenhower made a deal with these aliens that they could kidnap people and do experiments, but they couldn't just do it anywhere. They had specific places, which were our national forests. And this is where the missing 411 come from. It's all really weird because they all have a lot of similar characteristics. German-born, highly intelligent. They think this might be some time traveling.
Wait, the who is German born? At an American national park?
I did hear Klaus Schwab, which now makes me think about Schwabenland.
Klaus Schwabenland.
Okay. Yeah, what always confuses me about these people is that usually, and I'm not saying, well, I guess we could probably assume from this guy's comedy as well. Usually the people that get really into these insane Nazi conspiracies are also alt-right. And it's so weird to me that they think they somehow think, while also being alt-right, that this old, horrible party has now infiltrated through all these conspiracies, the left, and is still pulling the strings. It's you guys probably know a few Nazis.
They're always so invested in clues in language or semantics or unnecessary details that when they look at National Socialist Party. That's enough. It's like a clue. I didn't know the whole Operation Paperclip. These guys always talk about. And I think that is a real thing that happened.
Yeah,
yeah. Like
wish everyone would put like energy that they do into this, into like even bipartisan, like congressmen who get to trade stocks and like do insider trading. It's like we all even agree on that. Maybe let's put all that conspiracy energy into that.
That's everybody. The meme of like the two hands shaking.
Yeah.
Why is the topic not just corrupt people? Yeah. Instead, it is like, ghetto-style corrupt people, Obama-style Kendrick folk.
And you'll be surprised to find out that it's actually a domino effect that we got Obama because of a Hitler alien.
And now time-traveling Hitler alien.
Because they know how to do the dog whistling. They know that they have to say Nazis are bad because those are the rules. The same way that like Kanye, even for InfoWars, you're kind of not allowed to say that directly.
I was gonna say that like this guy gives Alex Jones in like the how bad he is at it. I mean, he's like worse Alex Jones, but now I'm thinking, would Alex Jones make that pronoun joke? Yeah, for sure.
I also don't want to. I don't want to give this guy any credit in any way, but we're also seeing these like hyper fast AI TikTok edits, and his tone is very odd to me. Like it sounds like he's kidding, but I don't think he's kidding. I think maybe it's like he's trying to be a little fun so he doesn't sound like he's crazy. But like also it's just such a short like cut up of that conversation. I think Rogan is somebody who loves platforming these conspiracies and has a history of loving these conspiracies, but also I think likes to push back on them a little bit. And so when it's somebody who's a comedian, but they're also way too into it and they can't pretend to be an expert on something,
Rogan
he's got to be like a little jokey. Yeah, he's got to be like, oh, bro, you haven't heard about this?
What? Yeah.
And then says the most insane shit you've ever seen.
Okay, wait, let's watch that other one then, Jacob, that you mentioned. Yeah.
Saw a time traveler. It's that fucking clip from the DC show where the DC gorilla visits Obama's dorm room. Barack Obama.
By the way, Broken Simulation is his podcast. I just remembered.
Okay. So this guy's like deep into it.
Oh, this is his official page.
I think so, yeah.
He put the Rocket League. That's
all of these have been off of this account that I believe to be either his official page or someone imitating him.
Okay, well, hold on. We got to read the bio on that page. Spiritual gangsta.
Dangerous man.
We
I
should
actually
be
think
talking
that's
about
his Twitter
him.
bio.
He's a
too.
dangerous man.
Wait, can we go to his Twitter bio?
Well, you could copy the Twitter bio if you were
right, but I want to confirm that he really runs with spiritual gangsta as a
dangerous man.
Self-identifier.
He does. Oh, and then a shout out to his dogs or something.
Spiritual gangster, yeah.
Very cool.
He's gonna
Hand to God, 2 blocks down, I saw Elizabethan Victorian hooker, okay? She was walking around in a Elizabethan Victorian hooker outfit.
Me when I pass people walking into the Ren Fair.
She had the white hair.
I saw Dracula.
Hand to God. Men with fucking swords.
Gun to the problem?
I have to mention it. He's wearing an anti-vaccine club hoodie.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool. I love people wearing parodies of that design. I have not seen that enough everywhere.
Right, no, 100%. I want to see it more.
I love to imagine going into my big, spacious walk-in closet and seeing a smorgasbord of shirts saying things like my pronouns are attack helicopter or the Supreme logo, except it's a woman on OnlyFans.
He sees a naked man on the street and he's like, I saw, so hand to God, Adam from Adam and Eve. I swear to God, he's walking around.
He didn't have his leaf covering his junk.
I went,
but he wanted me to see it.
I was near a convention center. You're not going to believe this. All the Genshin Impact characters are real.
It's fucking crazy.
I think it takes place on New Schwabenland.
She had the white hair, right? The big white hair and the long gown, and she had that wench pushed up.
Did she look
tits.
good? Did she look sexy?
Yeah, dude. Like, who doesn't want to bang a Victorian hooker?
What if that's a time traveler?
What, dude? Or what if that's somebody's realizing that the game has changed and you got to stand out? Like,
oh, it's like that thing you were sending me about OnlyFans women that are like working harder than ever now.
Yeah, and because of the economy, you got to work a little harder, right? And she's like, why aren't we doing cosplay on the corners, bro? Why aren't they doing cosplay on the corners?
Wait, so he's mentioning cosplay on the corners. So so did he post this as what's the caption of this TikTok?
Oh, it's him destroys women, I believe. Yeah. Sam Tripoli gets a working woman.
So is he just joking about seeing a time travel? Because then he starts talking about cosplaying.
But it seems like something that he would seriously say.
Right.
Also.
After the UFO, I cannot gauge whether or not this guy is like kidding when he says this conspiracy shit or not.
I think he's kidding here, but but he's also wearing that anti-vaccine thing, so everything's fair game.
It's also not a funny joke. Like it's just not. Like I just picture this guy going on a field trip.
Is it a joke? Is my question?
No, that's the thing. I can't tell. But
I mean, that feels like in this context, he might even present the Brendan Schwabenland or whatever it was called. He might present that as more of a bit on his show, but within the context of Rogan.
Well, we also don't know the full context on the Rogan show because it's like the TikTok bit. I'm not trying to give this guy credit. I'm just confused.
No, I think
by what
you're like he's not. You're not letting him tell the full story. We didn't know how Klaus got brought into the mix. And also, how did it switch from a picture of Harry S. Truman on the first one to Dwight Eisenhower on the second one?
And he also says what they asked him, and he's talking about Eisenhower like.
I should give a shout out to...
That was Harry S. Truman on the first pick, right?
Eddie, you are more of a do your own research kind of guy. Right?
I'm more of a... I think right now for a Burback video, we're actually just doing research. So I'm more of like, I need to get a primary source not for his conspiracy, but just for him. I can't gauge this guy at all.
Can we, real quick, just for my own fact checking, go back to the very first conspiracy one where they say like they go to Antarctica, right?
Much going on with Antarctica.
Yeah, that's
people
Harry
like,
Truman.
what's
Okay,
going
cool. I know my presidents. And then...
that's my president.
So Harry Truman was the president during... during the bombing, but like end of World War II.
That's when they went boom or bomb.
And then
Or something.
Eisenhower...
What did he say? A fleet to go bang.
To go bang, bro.
The bang bus.
Okay, great. So Eisenhower was the president after Truman. So it could be connected, but I was still confused.
It's also, I think, I don't want to give a note to this guy, but like if he were to start with maybe like missing people in national forest, that's probably you're in. Not have you heard a new Schwab?
Yeah. I feel like he's got to learn. You would think a stand-up would be better at establishing a story so that the audience can come along with you. So now that we've seen some, I do want to see the rest.
Can
of
I
that
ask one
clip.
more question? Do you guys think? I think the pronoun video is completely set up with like I think the audience is people he knows, and then also the like woos and everything. It just feels like a completely fabricated clip. Like everyone in the audience, I feel like you'd hear at least a groan no matter what the audience, just because the joke sucks.
Dude, all the self-published specials from these guys are because all you need is 25 people to go to the cellar on an open mic or whatever. You to book 30 minutes.
Yeah, if you had they them pronouns. And then he said, "Since we're playing fucking make believe," right after saying the N word.
He's like, "That's
you wouldn't
me,
be
I'm
like
playing make believe."
You can see his confidence skyrocket when he gets that pop because initially he's going like, I'll respect your ones, so you'll respect my ones," and then they laugh and they go, "Yeah, because we're playing make believe, boys."
If you look at everyone here, everyone seems like they're people he knows, or he asked the crowd like he was about to film a clip. This just does not seem like a regular crowd that didn't know this joke was going to happen in any way.
Sold out though.
Also,
dude.
it could have been from any other moment.
Yeah. I just wonder, like, it's one of those things where it's like this guy, I don't know how like even legit he is in his own beliefs, or if he's just like kind of a grifter or like what I don't know what the hell he's doing.
That's the thing about the pronoun one, or the number of. Look, I know some people, very good friends with some people who enjoy a good conspiracy theory, as we all do, but enjoy and maybe propagate conspiracy theories that I think are a little far-fetched. But typically, if it's aliens or the paranormal or something like that, it's usually motivated by interest. It's fun, it's interesting, and some people find it very compelling and get bought in. Maybe a member of their family is also in, whatever. However, there is a clean line in my brain between that and conspiracy theories just as a portal to doing the hate you already feel.
Yeah.
And the pronoun, it's so cynical and lazy that it almost doesn't feel real. Even the, broken simulation brand type thing. Like, you don't care about this.
That's the thing. His heart's not even in it when he said the N-word.
Yeah,
his heart wasn't even in it.
It's
like when you do it, it's so loud.
It's like you've committed to this path And
Jordan's
so
like, when you do it, the bar goes silent.
Wait, I want to know more about where that clip goes.
I don't know why I love accusing you of awful behavior so much.
It's fun. It's so, I mean, it's that's you do that to me, and then I just always say that you being British is like this awful thing.
That balances out.
At parties, I've cut it and be like, "Did he tell you by the way?"
It's kind of messed up.
They do cosplay on the corners.
Not enough to be the best
like that
blowjob in
delivery.
town. Now you gotta, have an angle.
Right, 100%, Johnny. It's like, okay, good. I've seen Street Hooker look 1,000 times, okay? We've all seen it on the corner. We've all seen it, all right? Why not mix it up with a little Hello Kitty once in a while?
I don't want gonorrhea. I want
cosplay. He's talking cosplay.
I'm an advocate for mental health, and I don't think everyone should have Adderall. I think a proper diagnosis might be appropriate.
Johnny, let me ask you something.
Diseases.
What would be the? You're a man, okay? You're a man who's got a lady, and you love your lady, okay? And you would never be with a hooker, okay?
No.
Or at least you would never.
Okay, he's doing something.
He's doing South Park.
On the internet looking at hookers in the area.
Johnny. But is there one look where you're like, oh shit? Okay, I might have to do the circle. I might have to do the circle.
Oh, there's a
right?
there's a couple of looks where I would like.
Princess Leia,
No,
Johnny,
no,
would you?
you
Would
I was
you?
wondering if they were going
I-
to change
he
camera
goes, I
angles.
know we're on camera and you just mentioned my partner, but there's a couple of looks that would get me to cheat on her.
She knows.
You love your lady, right?
You love her and you'd never cheat on her. But is there one? There's actually a couple.
There's actually a couple.
Hold on.
Dude, saying shit like that genuinely is, that's when I know I need to adjust the prescription that I have. It's like I'm very comfortable with my medication, but there's been times where we've experimented with upping X and dropping Y, and I'm going like, oh no, I see what I am to people right now. This sucks. Also, and not to this is a complete separate problem, but Princess Leia, kind of cliche, don't you think?
All right, yeah. Is it just keep going on this? Okay, let's see.
Oh, for Princess Leia hooker?
You know what it is, and you might be surprised, but it's the ones that are like completely tatted up, like all over.
What, Suicide Girl hooker? But I think that's possible, Johnny.
I know it is. Yeah, that's what's a problem for
But
me.
that's
to
not
see.
really cosplay. That's just a
I didn't
style.
know. Okay, I
Out
thought you
loud
just meant, like, any
admitting
look.
that it is a problem for him to it's I don't know.
Okay, that's not really a good question to even ask.
It's like the same with like the fucking Fresh and Fit guys where it's like there are women in your life and you are on camera and I do know you deal with this in private. Like I do know there are moments where there are times in your life where people do not fuck with you because of the shit that you say like this. And they just pretend like they're in a world where that doesn't exist because they want to be able to say whatever they want.
Simulation,
I mean, speaking Fresh and Fit, their world is crashing down right now.
It's awesome. I love it.
Thumbnails, but I don't know the big.
Oh,
That's a whole.
that's a whole thing. But Fit or whatever his name is, Fresh, whichever he is,
Fred
the one
Fresh.
that's not Myron, the one that never uses his actual name.
Coconuts in Barbados guy.
Yeah, he got an escort pregnant, and then the person like leaked.
They had a legitimate relationship too.
That's the thing. It's like
he has video of her giving gifts to his mom.
Yeah, and so she came out like she posted a lot of information where she was like, this was a real relationship for me. You kind of just ghosted all of a sudden, but like, let's not act like you didn't introduce me to your parents. We talked about a future together.
All these guys are like that, where like they are the biggest wife guys on the planet.
That's the thing.
A
That was
modicum of affection, and they
It's
will
actually
crumble.
really satisfying, the H3 debate they did. Ethan really held them to that. And also that guy, I think his name's Walter Fit is. I think
Walter
it's not
Fit, yeah.
But I only know from the debate then because I watched it because I hate them. But they Walter has bragged about bringing many women like home to meet his mom.
Weird.
But like they also happen to be anti-abortion, and then these texts that she posted were basically like, we were in a legitimate relationship. They are all about like anti-abortion, keeping the family, keeping two parents to the family, a man and a woman.
She's essentially holding him to every
He's gotten what he's wanted.
position that
She has an
he
Instagram.
acts like he has. It's like she's like, oh no, but like I want to keep the baby. I want to have a family. Blah blah blah. And then he's just completely goes mask off and is like, oh, actually, I don't want any of that. Blah,
Because
blah, blah.
he bought the starter pack. He bought the alt-right starter pack, and it comes with all that other stuff.
Yes.
He's like, I don't want women to have social media. So I guess they're not. I have to control their bodies. Well, shit, I didn't want all this bullshit.
Well, because I feel like there's the only routes, like the guys like that who do the like manosphere, like I date a lot of women.
Yeah.
That like the only like sex that they do have, I feel like, is either like something awful, like a crime, or they pretend to not be their persona in person.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, that's just for money, and that like they have, like you said, like wife guys in private, where they're like, oh, I promise. I know I just said something bad about you on the podcast, but I didn't mean it was just for the public. It was, you know.
I mean, they're soft boys. They have to be because the actual personalities they have are extremely unappealing.
Yeah, they're extremely unfuckable.
I believe her name's Daisy, because I don't want to just keep saying like this woman, but I believe her name's Daisy. She was talking about how people in my life warned me about you. They said that I shouldn't, and I followed my heart, and that led us here. And also, you were never using protection. Why are you suddenly like acting like you're not aware of the consequences?
This I will say very quickly is this criticism of her does not mean it led to what happened.
Sure.
This is a separate scenario.
Yeah.
But also you gotta, in some way, be like, why did you follow your heart against the guy from Fresh and Fit? Like,
why did your heart say that?
I wouldn't have, but I would say if you followed your heart with the guy from Fresh and Fit, I would have assumed that he wouldn't be he wouldn't be pro-abortion because that's what they say publicly.
Right.
But I would have assumed he would have been an awful guy a little bit. But again, you know, it's like whatever people's tastes are. But you're like,
probably the greatest detractor statement I could make is I bet he's just really boring.
She also cooked his ass in the text messages. It's
Insane.
awesome.
It's very awesome.
She's great.
She's great. More power
I don't know
to
her though. I don't want to endorse anybody.
I mean, he's a case study in why soft boy stuff can work, because it seems like, you know, the pitch is basically, I'm only my real self with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've had friends in the past, I'm sure we all have, that have been in those relationships and for a period of time seen that partner as, whether a public figure or otherwise, like it's a pragmatic thing. Their work needs it, or it's the way they grew up or something on those lines. But with me, they're able to access this more sensitive side. And the reality is, no, that is as authentic as this version of them, because the truth is that they have no personality. They are spending all their time performing that, and have been since high school, or they're spending their time mostly unsuccessfully performing this, and when they are unsuccessful, generates more resentment for women, and which then transfers into that character being so extreme that they can say, it's just a persona. Babe, I love you. I'm only boring with you.
Also, oh wait, sorry, what were you?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, there's no way to enforce this, but I wish like a driver's test. I wish you had to just chat for having sex. Before you have sex, you have to take a test where you're like just a yes or no of if someone gets pregnant, is the responsibility on both of you? And if you say no, you're not allowed. And it's just I mean, I guess that's what payment, or why am I forgetting for when you have to pay for a child? Yeah, child support. Yeah, sorry.
When you buy a kid,
when you have to support a child, what is that called? But like, I guess that's the like legal way to force it. But it's just like, even to just be like, that's your problem. It's like you're signing that responsibility away the second you start having sex.
Oh yeah, he's
for the love of God.
Like, and then also in the text, he's like, "Well, if you got pregnant, I've got to talk to 4 other girls." It's like he's almost like lying to get out of it.
Yeah,
and she's like, "There were 4 other girls you were sleeping with unprotected," which also is a huge hazard from like a sexual health standpoint. If you're not communicating with your partners about what you're doing.
And she really, like, in the perfect language, she was like, "Then why did you come in me? You came in me." I don't want to. She did say that in the message.
She did say that.
I know. Look, I want to go directly to certain people in the audience. I know you think you're the one where it won't go wrong. I know you think, I don't have a condom with me. I'll skip this time. You're not the guy.
Also, I'll say,
you need to understand.
I don't think any of those guys are watching Sad Boyz.
Come on, the fellas.
Damn it.
Bloody boys.
The boys.
And then, can I speak to a demographic that includes essentially none of those people?
And then Myron there's like clips of Myron like crying on the podcast, like talking
he
about.
broke a mug. He threw a mug against the
Oh, I
ground.
thought you were saying that's why he cried.
No. Actually, it's really. You can tell. I mean,
My Princess Leia mug.
if there's anything to learn from seeing, actually, can we pull up that clip really quick of Myron breaking down? Or is
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Do you guys
No,
not want the
please.
beef with your?
I don't care.
But
I think they've gone through enough.
I'll say for this, it's no better proof when you see someone like Fresh and Fit. If you are like one of these like shitty like manosphere people, or just like regular in your life, just like a horrible like misogynist, you will be alone when you get old.
Yeah.
Like it is a surefire way. You can call yourself cool, your boys will support you then, and then they will maybe either get married or be alone themselves, and you will either A, be alone at night when you're older, or B, be in a very unhappy relationship where you are torturing somebody that you're with.
Yeah.
So for the
You're
love of
advocating for consequences you don't know.
Right.
You don't understand.
Yes. And it's just like you see the clip of Myron breaking down and you're like, their life has been extremely difficult because they've chosen this path. And then they'll at other times be like, my life's fucking awesome. Why are these people criticizing me? It's
or
'cause
when they're kicking someone off their show for having a different opinion.
Yeah, I mean, kicking off somebody that they like, somebody they brought there, got drunk, and then are like, "Hey, we'd love to interview about OnlyFans."
Stop interrupting me.
Yeah,
they're like halfway deep in their solo cup.
I'm just
crying.
like, I'm so exhausted with the shit, and it's like, how many times are we going to see these like? I don't know. I mean, I think what the bigger problem is like what algorithms are showing young boys. They're always going to find a new audience.
Sorry. Myron got angry defending Fresh, breaks the Punisher cup, epic rant.
No! Absolutely fucking destroys. And you know who was around me the whole fucking time? These fucking guys. So you motherfuckers can say whatever the fuck you want to say. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna stand by the guys that stand by me. Cause you fucking pieces of shit aren't fucking there when I'm going through it. You pieces of shit aren't fucking there when I'm fucking figuring out what the fuck I'm gonna do because we got demonetized. You motherfuckers weren't there when everyone and their fucking mom came at us. You motherfuckers weren't there when I got the false accusation against me. You motherfuckers weren't there when this bitch lied and said that I got her pregnant when I fucking did it. And then you dumbasses 3 years later believe some bitch that makes the same fucking allegations again. You fucking idiots! I'm not going anywhere. I'm standing right fucking here. All right? These guys were with me in my darkest times. I'm not gonna fucking leave them in their darkest times. Fuck you, motherfuckers. I got my real estate, I got my money, I'm fine. I'm not going anywhere. I can't be bought.
I wish I could become a
was
ghost
real.
for a night and whisper when he's about to go to sleep and go, "You've had these horrible times because of your own actions, and you could just become a better person."
You can improve because your soul is
Guys,
ruined.
I don't want to say it, but he seems a little emotional.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I offend you with what I said? Also, what is the criticism of like, hey, all the people that don't listen to my show, you weren't there.
Yeah, it's
because I wasn't there. Your show sucks.
Of course, now he's got these strong emotional bonds with these people because he's gone through all these hard times of stuff that they've caused, and the harm that they've done has consequences. And it's just like, yeah, man. Like
shit,
your life is a wreck right now because, and both of theirs are, and their show is in jeopardy because you built a foundation that was rotten and horrible.
It's like
to
the
its core.
consequences of your own actions.
Yeah.
But on the bright side, you do have a supportive chat that says Myron hitting midlife crisis.
The entire time, all it is that and lol and just L.
And like that is what would normally be a private moment revealed for if you're one of these guys.
Yeah.
Like this is truly what your life is like. It's not having sex every single night, and it's like and like having. I still don't know how you can like. It's the whole thing is like we go clubbing, we have sex every night, but we're all for like strong family values.
We're
And it's just
trad,
like,
yeah.
you can do those things in our view of like what a strong family value is, but not theirs. Like,
But that's the thing. It's the starter pack issues. They said to themselves, "We will do whatever it takes to get our money up, get your funny up, and but also, you know, like." Women shouldn't have a job. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm
I
not
also
insane. Like,
forgot that their whole philosophy is that men can actually do whatever they want whenever, and that it's just one of the I don't know.
but also real gangsters dress like Don Draper.
Other fun things are that Myron was a rower in college, which I think is really funny.
Which one's that's that guy?
The
right?
one who
The
broke
Punisher.
the Punisher
He killed the
cup.
Punisher.
And then he became a cop.
And I think at the end of the day, like the reason that men in America are like this is because like glycine production is hidden from them, and they don't know what's really going on systematically.
Yeah, I assume that they're using domestic, maybe Texas-based glycine producer.
That's the biggest problem because America doesn't want you to have foreign glycine.
And that's why today's episode of Sad Boyz is sponsored by Donghua Jinlong.
And Daisy, the person presenting in the factory.
Get your glycine up, fellas.
Get yourself a cold glass of glycine.
Fresh from the vat.
Grab yourself maybe several 100 gallons.
Make sure it's from that very specific machine, of course.
This episode is also sponsored by Red 40.
True.
Red 40. It's red and it's for you.
And it's what?
That's what the 4 and 40s are.
And it's why Eddie's pee was red.
Don't forget to grab a hot, steaming bowl of Prime. Don't drink it. It hurts.
Put it in the
your body.
microwave. Steam it up nice. It'll be like a soup that hurts you. Yum.
Shout out to Logan Paul, first of all.
I do want to look at other stand-up of that guy because I want to see what it looks like because his normal talking is so bad. And we know his inward joke is bad, but like what if he's doing a topic where he can't rely on that shock value?
Joe Biden! Joe Biden!
He's looking
Joe
forward.
Biden! You guys are still playing politics? This guy keeps yelling Joe Biden over there. Like, that is the worst Tourette's ever, by the way. I'd rather you yell racial slurs, Tourette's.
Wow, he
You'd be
really...
like, oh, my brother has Tourette's, he just yells Joe Biden the whole time.
He managed to add some racial slurs in there.
Yeah, no, he's got to fit it in. He's got a quota.
That was impressive.
Sleight of hand.
Worst. I don't know what happened. We think you got molested in Delaware. We don't know.
Okay.
And people are walking out in Tourette's to fucking jokes. All right, guys, take care. I hope your bus never gets you where you're going, okay?
This one had a little bit more of like what I would consider like regular crowd work structure, but you can tell he almost like Mad Libs. He's like, I gotta work in this edgy bit, this edgy bit, this edgy bit.
I think part of the appeal of that kind of stuff is that you are just, it's almost like insurance where you need to, I don't have a bit for this.
Right.
What will at least get attention for something? Because it's anything's better than a long pause.
Interestingly, this clip ended not looking great for him. It looked kind of sad.
Kind of got owned.
Where he's like, I hope your bus doesn't get to where you're, because people are walking out of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to walk out? Well, I don't have a funny joke for you. I'm just sad about it.
It's just people leaving.
I hope you have a bad day.
Also, why was the guy just shouting Joe Biden? That's
That-
a very weird heckle.
He thought he was Joe Biden.
It's interesting because I know, better meaning comedians can be heckled as well. But in my...
Everybody gets heckled.
Everybody gets heckled, but in my brain, he asked for it. In my brain, like, he did something that made that happen.
Also, it's, if there's anything you have prepared material for, it's that, no? Speaking of default bits, just do his age. I don't
Joe
know.
Biden.
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
It is very funny to just heckle someone with that, though.
Yeah.
Just keep hitting them with it.
Did we have another clip on that second slide?
Also, sorry, I looked at my watch for a second. You said something to me, and I did hear you, but I looked up and I wasn't present for that moment.
Oh,
I'm so
sometimes
sorry.
I look at my phone to look things up. It's fine.
You know what? I'll say is a small detour that really, really freaked me out. Not only with my video, but did you guys have a trained response in your head when you're kind of sucked into your phone and maybe you're on Discord with somebody and they ask if you're listening and you notice your brain says yes, I am, and then you catch yourself and you go, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Tony and I talk about it, my brother Tony, where we'll have no, I'm listening, and then we'll stop immediately and go, whoa, I couldn't control that.
Yeah,
my brain was
yeah.
trying to pretend that I was in attention, but I was really so out of it.
It's like a skill you develop ignoring your parents.
Yeah. Imagine if that was in your glasses and you were looking dead in the eyes of somebody and you're like, no, I'm listening for sure.
So I was listening to Jimmy.
Jimmy Beast.
He's about to explode something real big. So I'm really excited.
He's got a huge fleet. I did watch
That's
about
crazy.
a third of a special from 2 years ago. I couldn't find I watched the No Lives Matter special. Tell you what.
That's better than all as a sentiment, I guess.
He opens that up in that special. pretty in like the first minute, he says. And so I named this the No Lives Matter special. And I think he was thinking he'd get a pop for that. There is a moment he says it and he goes like, because and there's women on OnlyFans. Like, what's going on with that? You know.
So it's not like a nihilism statement. He just wanted praise.
Thesis, yeah.
Oh, these are awful thumbnails. Damn,
they're really bad.
Wait, I actually like the Brook Simulation thumbnail.
That was good.
They got a little cone
heads.
Oh, I've never really seen cone heads, but as a thumbnail, I'm like,
pretty cool.
Pretty weird heads. I want to click.
Broken Simulation would be a good name for a better podcast. Like if it was like I like when whenever Gabrus talks about conspiracy theories with like Anthony Atominik.
Yeah.
And it's like fun because it's like they're riffing and one of them is just like really into conspiracies and brings Gabrus these. It's like the guy who did the Donald Trump show. He was like the Donald Trump impressionist.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's fun about conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Is that they are fun to do, but it's actually a lot kind of like some comedians where you have a very basic, not that compelling point, but you know that if comedy is profound, it means more or something.
Yeah.
So
also, can I say a very smart move of him to put a hashtag on your album cover for your comedy album? That way people know to put it on the internet.
Oh, that's right. I won't forget. And he has a shout out to his dogs. Adorable.
Are they still don't know what they are? Because he only used ghost and ninja emojis to describe them.
This is Trump playing Ghost of Tsushima.
You can choose combat or stealth. It's all about your uncle.
We just watched another one of his stand-up clips and it was very bad. So on that note, the show is over. No, it's not really over though, because we are going to be hanging out on patreon.com/sadboyz. Eddie's joining us.
I'm staying
for a very special episode of Nights.
What was the millennial mom coffee thing? I was just curious about it.
One of the reasons why people don't typically let me drink coffee. And it's not because I don't like it. It's because now my husband has to deal with me all the way home and we still have another 3.5 hours left.
This is hilarious.
It's fun. I mean, it is interesting phrasing in that, like, this is why people don't let me drink coffee. It's not just because I don't like it.
I do like
I don't like it, and there are bad effects.
You get too quirky when you drink coffee. We have to stop it. I just think of this guy who used to come up in my YouTube shorts a lot, who does a really good Redditor impression.
Oh, yeah.
This guy really is like too good at
As I sat on my
it.
couch reading a laughable pamphlet of misinformation, I was suddenly disturbed by a commotion emanating from outside. So I decided to venture over to the window to discover the origin of the sound waves. And as I peered through the blinds, I was both mildly surprised and amused to find two simians engaged in unsanctioned combat.
But with that being said, we end every episode of Sad Boyz with a particular phrase. We love you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got it. So, and we're sorry.
Yes!
Gucci girl, how you doing? How you moving, girl? Moving, girl. How's your day looking? That future girl, yeah, we on now. Take my money, go away, all you want it. Girl, too rich for me.